Driven show dedicated to LA Galaxy news, information, and opinions. Here's your hosts, Ed Rodriguez and Chris Zero Cool Tucker.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Riot Squadcast.
The all new.
This voice you hear is not Ed Rodriguez. It may sound different to you. Well, if you've watched or listened to the last 3 episodes, it won't sound different to you.
No.
My name is Andrew Alisana. I don't have an internet presence. I'm not online.
Such bullshit.
At Samoa Bob.
Such bullshit. At Samoa Bob.
And sitting to the left of me
Hey.
is Chris Zero Cool Tucker, as you heard on the intro.
Yeah, I'm here. Hi, everyone. I'm
Hello,
back.
everybody.
Welcome. I like that we're trying out this new, you're an old wrestling fan. Freebird rule. You know that?
Nah.
Fabulous Freebirds are today for the newer wrestling fans it'd be the New Day rule. Lucha House Party rules. You have a tag team or stable with 3 members. If me and you won the tag,
just rotate
if
them.
we won the tag belts, Ed and I would still be able to compete for the tag belts.
For
If
sure.
you and Ed won the tag belts, you and I could still work.
Fuck, what was the group back in the day? Not the Headbangers.
Fuck. Demolition, Legion of Doom.
No, well, Legion of Doom didn't have 3 members. I'm trying to think of there was a group back in the day in the Attitude Era that had 3 members, and it's gonna bother me.
Oh,
Not the Headbangers, the Bashers. No, am I tripping?
I don't know.
I'm trying to.
I can't think of. I'm big into the Attitude Era, but I can't think of 3-man. I can't think of anyone that did the Freebird rule in the Attitude Era.
Okay,
But
I could
I'll
be
look
wrong.
into it.
Yeah, someone will tell us.
We're joined per usual.
Yeah, and
outside of last week, producer Ben.
which I'd like to say that you're welcome for the extra points you picked up in the prediction game. For just stealing my answer.
Yes.
Ed would lose his
you.
mind right now. We're
Thank
all
you.
over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
He's like,
Well,
we're already at
welcome, man.
predictions.
No.
I mean, Ben, I'm sorry. I was trying to-
We'll get to that, Andrew. We'll
Okay.
get to that later.
All right, we'll talk to it. We'll talk
Yeah.
about it.
We'll talk
But
about it.
I just wanted to,
But no, I wanted to thank you, for filling in and coming over here and pressing buttons when you could
hell yeah, it was fun.
on Thursday morning.
And even today, I mean, Ed is. We should talk about it, I suppose. Ed's a little under the weather. He just got out of work, and we do this late at night, usually after he gets off, and he just wasn't feeling well, needed to go home. He made it home, threw up immediately.
Sweet.
But he seems like he's doing okay and resting up. And
Did you just say sweet?
yeah, I mean, he's alive. It's fine. But I called Andrew out of nowhere. I mean, didn't even text him, no heads up. I was
No,
like,
we were texting about canceling
we were
the
just
show.
going to cancel.
Yeah, we were just going to cancel. And Ed's like, can't you do a show without me?
I mean,
I don't want to.
Yeah.
But
So,
this already seems like it's
Yeah.
going to be nice for smoking some a little bit,
I
having
don't
some
know what you're
beers,
talking about. Drugs are bad, kids.
allegedly.
And also,
That's right. You're a media figure.
if you watched on YouTube live, which is a lot of fun, you would know what time the show is. So we do it at 9:30 on Tuesdays. I want to just point that out.
Yeah.
Join us in the live chat. It's a lot of fun. I'm always there unless I'm here.
What do we say to the god of sobriety?
Not today.
Not today. Yeah.
But yeah, let's give a shout out to the
Live
YouTube
chat's going on
chat.
right
I don't even
now.
know who's in there right now.
YouTube.com/Riot Squadcast. I mean, if you can go there now, it means you're listening in the live chat. But if you're listening at home or on your podcast
In the future.
app in the future, Tuesdays 9:30 it opens up. Usually opens up a couple minutes early. Days like today, it might open up a couple minutes late.
Yeah.
But somewhere around 9:15 to 9:30 ish, and yeah, we get a conversation going. We try to get them involved in the show. So if you ever wanted to comment or have your voice heard as best you can, that's another way you can kind of get in touch.
and if you are in the live chat, and retweet the link so more people can get in there.
Let's fucking
hit that retweet button.
Help out.
I try to do it when I'm listening.
be like Andrew.
Yeah.
Be available at the drop of a dime.
I mean, not me. I do it through somebody else's Twitter because I don't have an online presence. But yeah, everybody else.
That's
You
at
should
Samoa
do.
Bob.
You should do what I don't do.
It's like he's running from the FBI. I love it. You know what? That's ultra review. Like, you can't find me online.
Yeah, that's right. No faces, no names.
No faces, no names, no new friends.
Yeah. So, how's everybody doing?
I'm not
today?
good. I don't carry the football.
Do we?
here.
Do
No, it's
we,
all good.
Yeah,
I'll keep
you're
it going.
carrying the football tonight.
Yeah.
Do we got any Lars news?
Wow, that's fucking quick. That
was not.
We're talking about doing
Andrew,
like a
Andrew.
3-hour show.
Yeah.
And
This is
you're
go-
over.
oh, this
you're
is going
over
forever.
here. You're over here trying to cut us off on chit chat at like 3 minutes. I don't even know how long we've been on.
Yeah. Where's the timer?
Come on, what is this? Is this your
Ed's,
first show?
Ed's not here. Ed's not here. You have to be. You got to tighten this.
Me and
bitch up.
Ed did this better alone.
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding. I
he's
love
gonna
you, Ben.
walk out. Yeah.
But
Benny the man. At what point can we just get Andrew a Squadcast shirt? Because I see Ben, he's wearing his Squadcast shirt. At some point, we just got to get him one, right?
It's been asked of me. It has been asked of
me. He's here. He's here more often than Ed and I are now.
No, we're working on getting him a Squadcast shirt, but it's got to have a collar.
That'd be fucking.
Apparently,
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
That look nice.
So
it's like a polo.
Yeah.
I was thinking of something. I know this is really random and out of the blue.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys remember the movie Rookie of the Year, where the kid plays for the Cubs?
Yeah.
The
kid with the elbow surgery. Yeah.
Well, he slips on a ball.
Yeah.
School,
ball,
I think.
and that's tightened elbow surgery. Yeah.
If he played for the Cubs and they're in the NL, why didn't he go to bat more than once?
Holy shit! Because they do a scene where he goes to bat, right?
Yeah.
What if like?
I was thinking about that earlier today, and then I was thinking about
wasn't he a relief pitcher though?
Was he?
No, I thought he was
a starter.
I think he came in. We're fucking getting a Rookie of the Year. I think in the first couple games he plays, he comes in relief because they're like getting him ready. But I think he's a starting pitcher.
And I kind of remember him on the front page of the newspaper.
Is he a closer? Maybe he's a closer.
Was he a closer? That would make sense.
That would make way more sense.
But still, how come he was only going to bat once? Even sometimes relief pitchers.
Well, unless he's only coming in for
that's true.
3 innings one inning at the end of the game, a couple outs. Like he would have to.
That just fucks up my whole thing.
But I would love if like to merge these two worlds in my head right now. If he did go up to bat and he got beamed in the temple like in Sandlot, and he's like 11 years old, and he's just blind for the rest of his life.
But then he goes in that dream. He goes to a kid in King Arthur's court. It's the same kid.
I forgot about that movie.
Wow, we need to find out this actor's name and make a cinematic universe of him.
Let's get into this.
I kind of want to do a YouTube channel where I harshly review kids' movies and say shit
it's
like plot holes and shit that just doesn't make any mistakes. Sense.
But in this world of the Marvel Cinematic Universe,
like, I think that'd be good content.
Why can't there be a Thomas Ian Nicholas? See, I don't trust anyone with 3 first names.
Thomas Ian what?
Thomas Ian Nicholas.
He came to my school when I was a kid. It was a small school, and apparently he was a part of some band. He's a Christian.
Oh, that's right. That's the kid from American Pie.
What?
Yeah, he's Kevin Myers in American Pie.
Oh, he's the nice guy in American Pie?
I think so. Pie? Well, he's the one who's I think he's the one that was like obsessed with, and it's the general theme of the movie, but I think he was the one that was really obsessed with losing his virginity on the prom night.
Oh yeah.
He was dating.
He was the one that wanted to make the.
Who was that dirty celebrity girl? I don't remember her name. She's in that movie. Tara Reid. Yeah, he's dating Tara Reid in that movie. That's fucked up. The kid from Rookie of the Year tried to fuck Tara Reid in like 1999. 2000, probably 2000.
Shout out Mr. Guerrero, who's about to head to Chicago. He's moving out there. He's going to be out there for a little while. We're going to miss you here. Just want to throw that out there. Albert Guerrero. He comes to games. This guy's got all the pins.
Oh, he's moving to Chicago?
He's moving to Chicago.
Why?
Work.
That fucking sucks.
But shout out to him. You're going to enjoy it.
You know what we're going to do for you, sir? We're going to give you nice, long 2 and 3 hour episodes to help you.
That's right.
Remember your time in LA.
Live chat.
I mean permanently.
Oh, hell
yeah. The whole time you're in Chicago. And if you don't get them, it's directly Ed's fault.
Yes.
I want you to, like, of the Ben's he's 4 longer episodes. I'm for longer episodes. You're on board.
Yeah.
We're Freebird ruling 3 hour episodes.
There are times where you guys need to expand on things that you're talking about.
It drives me nuts.
But the end's like, no, well, let's go to prediction game.
Well, this is the thing. So I occasionally listen back to the show, and I genuinely think I'm terrible at this. I don't know why people listen to us at all. But
you've got a good radio voice.
Even then, it sounds gravelly in my ears.
I know what you mean. I hate hearing my own voice.
But I listened to your show, and I thought you sounded like, actual the audio. I thought you sounded great.
I thought he was great.
But I go on, I ramble on about nonsense for like 10, 15 minutes at a time, and Ed just lets me go. We actually get into something substantive that's going to like, I'm in the middle of explaining potential lineup or like why an injured player should be out a little bit longer. Actually getting into the meat of something. Nothing. I want to talk about the kid from Rookie of the Year getting a blowjob from Tara Reid. I can go on for 15, 20 minutes, and it's nothing.
But we're going deep into Rolf's injury and how that affects the lineup.
It's mind blowing.
It's like, no, we got to go to the prediction game.
Or like, I'll have a path of like, hey, here's how this ties to like a past thing that happened with the Galaxy that the average fan that picked the team up in 2015 can't relate to because they don't understand. So it's like, well, we're using the show as a tool to educate people in this. And in this moment, he's like, all right, yeah, but like, you know,
Albert
Hurry
Guerrero
up, we
said that you guys got face for radio, so
that's
perfect.
absolutely
That's true. Yeah.
Body for radio.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I'm not going to disagree with that. I don't know how I stand in front of 500 people every game. Actually, I mean more than that people see me, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
Even I think Lars sold out is 600 plus, right?
Yeah, just about. It's a little less than 600, I believe.
It was crazy for us. The first, that's again hard pivot. It was crazy for us the first time, like, because I kind of monitor the downloads and all that stuff, the listens. The first time our numbers eclipsed how many people sit in the squat and like in the actual Lars section, especially when you understand like most of your decade-long friends in Lars don't listen and don't give a shit.
Really?
Oh, 100. I don't think so. I mean,
Who don't you think listens like old school Lars and still shows up?
I would assume Elmon doesn't listen. I would
He
assume
does. Not all the time, but he does.
I would
know he
assume
does
Rob
listen.
the Bruce doesn't.
See, I think Rob the Bruce does. He may not comment or say anything about it,
He's like
but he's
quietly.
been on the show.
I'd love to have.
I
Bruce
think
on.
he listens.
I'd like to do one with
Rob the Bruce, if you're listening, you're going to come on to the next show.
He did the one thing I ask of people. He showed up. He brought whiskey.
Whiskey.
He showed up.
Oh,
He
and you
brought
guys
whiskey,
got
and
drunk.
we drank half a bottle
You
each.
guys got drunk, and you could tell.
Yeah, I mean it was.
Ed was so frustrated. Ed was so frustrated. Because I think I was on like one not too long after that, and Ed was like, "Yeah, these fuckers got so drunk, couldn't even try to wrangle him in for the show."
I think that was the last whiskey bottle actually in the studio.
Was he on before
Nah,
Tracer? Or after?
didn't you guys? Yeah,
Tracer brought
Tracer
whiskey.
came on after, and
That was
didn't you
another
guys-
time you guys got fucking shit.
Well, I
Didn't
got
you
really
guys
drunk.
get whiskey from a listener? Did you
Yeah,
get a
Red.
Blue
that was
Label?
before. That was before that.
Oh, that was before that.
Well, Red sent in blue or red label or something like that, like
Red-
Hiroko.
I thought it was some dude from not here.
I know who.
Oh,
sent
they
the-
sent a bottle to the
sent a
studio.
bottle to the
Oh,
studio,
that's right.
Yeah. Didn't someone do that?
Yeah, someone did
Oh,
that. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right. I'm not tripping.
I don't know, sir. I just drink it.
Yeah. I don't know who's giving me all this free shit that I get all the time, but I just take advantage of it.
Hey, what do you want me to do? Throw it out? It's whiskey.
I mean, you could remember who gave it to you.
That's what I got Ben for. He's a producer. It arrived at his house. I remember the things that come to me personally, like, whiskey. Ronnie Walker. He got his own nickname.
Ronnie Walker. That's
Ronnie
right.
Walker's my
That's
fucking
right.
boy. He's got some like weird special whiskey for me too.
What's the name of that English dude from that viral video? I'm Ronnie Peckering or something like
Was
that.
he the
guy who's like he was chasing down the motorcyclist, and then he gets on the side of him, and he's like, "Who the fuck are you?" And he goes, "I'm fucking Ronnie Peckering" or something like that.
I don't know that.
Oh man, it's a funny video. When you see it, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Ronnie Peckering is right though.
Oh,
Do you know
fuck.
who I am?
Yeah.
I'm Ronnie Peckering.
There it is. See, I recall stuff.
You're not crazy. Yeah,
I'm
hey,
not crazy.
you drink more of that free whiskey.
Yeah.
So, what are we? Do we have any? I did have large news from
The
Oso.
board. The board's empty, by the way.
Producer.
This is Lars News.
Don't do that over me.
It's not real news.
It's a cluster.
This is just Lars News about
About stuff we
things
just want to talk about.
Lars News. This is Lars News.
Daniel Mountjoy.
Yeah.
That's the whiskey.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
he's in the live chat right now. He's like, I sent you guys a bottle of whiskey years ago.
Yeah, see, I
Um,
fucking remember that.
So I did text El Presidente, Carlos Oso, to ask if we had any large news for this week. He says, join the supporter viewing party in the Valley at Springbok, which is a great place. You and I.
Oh yeah, it's going to be the official one this week.
because we're co-hosting with the Galaxy.
Yeah.
We'll have raffles, drink specials, and a visit from everyone's favorite alien.
Cosmo.
Early arrival is suggested. If the Valley is out of reach for you, the other viewing parties will be announced tomorrow between the ACB and Lars and Squadcast will get
So
it.
like I said last time, there will be a few viewing parties where we don't have like every single location represented because we're trying to work with the Galaxy or work with a certain bar or whatever. This will be one of those times. So yeah, come through to the Valley if you can. I know everyone loves the Valley. You
I
should
do.
all love the Valley.
It's a beautiful place.
It's really not that bad. Everyone who hates the Valley's never been there. So show up to the Valley. It's a cool bar. They do regularly get like really packed for these Galaxy games, and they've made it a real thing. Say what's up to everyone's favorite Ghost Ultra member, Mike Consul, and Miran.
Is that who set it up?
I can't remember his last name, Miran.
I feel like
But
Miran's
Miran is from ACB. Well, was from ACB. And Miran's the one actually, and his other friend from ACB are the ones that set up at that location.
on.
So
I saw pictures
out to them.
and there's scarves up and everything. It seems like they're
Yeah.
building out a presence, which
yeah,
is awesome.
and they always, like I said, they always bring like when I was going, it was at least 20 people. Like the last few,
It looks way bigger.
it's
than
been
that.
like 50, and like there was one maybe at the beginning of the year, our first home or away
Mhm.
game. There was probably like 80 people there.
Well, what I like is you're seeing, because they post all the photos, Ben. I don't know if you've seen any of these away viewing party photos, but people are posting up their pictures, and it seems like the same regular crowd is going. So you have
Yeah.
an opportunity to go to a bar, and you're not showing up at a viewing party and you're uncomfortable because you don't know anyone. You're showing up at a viewing party, and it's like, oh well, that's,
I know all the people that live in my community.
I know that person, and you're immediately meeting Galaxy fans in your community. So if you're looking to know people that maybe you can carpool with, so you're not all driving on the 405, or you're not all paying for
Networking,
parking.
Yep.
Like I'm really big on not having your money go into the StubHub Center in a way that's not actually going to help the team. Like the $20 raise or the $5 raise to parking arbitrary because they could make more money. Like carpool with some
Well,
people.
so every response we've ever gotten from Chris Klein about the
Smart.
parking is that our parking is still at $20 lower than every other sports event in the city.
Which is awesome. It's also not the question I asked you.
Yeah.
The question I asked you is why is it $20?
Yeah.
It was $15. Now it's $20. So come out to Springbok, meet some people in your area.
Yeah.
Great way to get in contact with Galaxy fans in your area. And
So yeah, keep an eye on the socials. You'll see what viewing parties get posted. We generally do one in Long Beach. So there's a lot of places represented. So just keep a look at wherever you're from. I'm sure there is a bar within 10 miles of you that we have. Well, 10, 15. LA is a big place.
we'll do it in the heart of your city.
Yeah. So we'll do it somewhere nearby. So keep an eye out. Go to the viewing parties. It's fun times.
Yeah, there you go. It's good. And that's the end of our large news. Ben, hit it again. So you have
Hit it again.
That's it?
you have time to figure out what we're doing next. Oh, tickets for the May 11th game have gone on sale. Through the
And
website.
what about 138 SE? Do we have an update on that?
I do not have an update on that, but I know that people are still buying.
Let me text this dude right now and see if I can get an answer
Yeah.
by the end.
Yeah, because I mean, we need to know. We need to set up the alien nut punch.
Yeah.
I mean, last I had heard, and it was a while ago, that it was over 100. So
getting there. March to destroying Ed's ability to reproduce.
yeah.
2019.
It's not a bad thing though. I mean,
It's
you
a
really
necessary thing.
Yes.
It's for the people. It's for everyone else.
All right. It's for a good cause.
It's for the long running podcast. We only need him to reproduce if
yeah,
in
not
30 years
not
we need a
allowing Denise to
59
have
minute show.
not allowing Denise to have denying her babies is for the good of the people. Not actually like the fact that she's not going to have kids,
Mm-hmm.
but because we're going to get 300 signatures,
Yeah.
300 people
She's
sign
been-
up for
she-
something that's
I've-
arbitrary to her having kids.
I feel like she's willing to take that emotional hit.
Yeah.
Just be like, keep this guy off me for 2 weeks. Because I'm sure Ed's my best friend. I'm sure he's a world class cocksmith. Like he gets in there and he fucking lays pipe like a plumber. So good for her. Get her a nice
I
little
imagine
rest.
Ed's a gentle lover.
A lot of soft music. He's lit
Yeah.
lit more than a few candles in his
Yeah.
life.
He's got the Teddy Pendergrass.
Full on TP, huh?
Yeah. He's got,
Little
Sade,
TKO. Boom, boom.
Luther Vandross. He's got the mix.
Can you play like
got
a
the Candles.
So you calling him Eddie Pendergrass?
Eddie? Well, there's the fucking title
Yeah,
of the
well,
episode.
see,
Then
there we
go ahead and write this bad boy down. Eddie.
So I just imagine, he gives a nice massage. He's a very giving and gentle.
He's there
gentle
for you.
lover. I believe that.
See, I don't see that. I see Ed as like
Like a little rabbit.
Gimli.
Ah.
Yeah.
Because that's the other.
I thought,
option.
that's the only other direction. I
It's like
pictured
a
like
rabbit, yeah.
Gimli from Lord of the Rings, just like jackhammering, not really caring. It's not that he doesn't care; it's that he's not really paying attention.
Is there a Gimli sex tape that I don't know about?
Please,
Well, actually,
I'm sure
if it
it
was real, I would
If
not
it's
want
possible.
to know about it.
I guarantee it's Rule 34 of the internet.
That's
if you
true.
Google
It's true.
Gimli sex tape, it's going to be there.
That is one of the oldest internet rules.
So what do we got next, Ben? Sorry,
There's another title.
Gimli sex tape, which Ben won't let us fucking name the show. 100%,
Hey, it'd
guaranteed.
it'd be really really helpful for us to see where we could move on next. Is if on a nice whiteboard somebody wrote down
That's a
things that we could say and look and be like, oh look, that's after this.
Here's what's next. We did
Yeah.
Lars news. We discussed Ed's sex life at length, at short, whichever.
I guess we could talk. I mean, since I'm the one carrying this,
Please.
I'm the one
You're the
you know,
responsible one here.
Yeah, trying to continue motion of the show.
Mhm.
Wow, it's really only been 20 minutes. We're really actually okay.
We're stuck at for 138 SC. We're stuck at around 150. So we are halfway to the
Oof.
stretch goal. If
June, we got another
yeah.
month.
we got well, I think we had till the end of the season. Were we cut at June?
Well, yeah. So here's the thing: is you can still buy 138 SC memberships
Mhm.
after the cutoff for the. You just won't get the
All the little merch.
yeah bottle opener challenge coin.
Okay.
But there will be 138 SC specific or only merch available all
Okay.
season. So
That's pretty good.
yeah, after that you still can buy. I guess we can go to the end of the season.
Yeah.
I mean, when do we have for Cosmo? I mean, just
I'm
whenever.
sure he'll come back.
Yeah,
I'm sure he'll come out of retirement if need be.
So I guess we can move on to the Real Salt Lake game
Okay.
and talk about that. See how that went.
What did you think?
I was in the box. I haven't got a chance to rewatch it. So
I have the whole
I don't
game
get
if you
to
need
see.
it.
Oh, absolutely, I'll take it. I think my brother recorded it too, though.
St. Michael is fucking coming through in a big bad way.
See, I mean, yeah, I mean, what are the big things to get to? I guess Zlatan getting in some dude's head
Yeah.
in the middle of the game.
Who's on my fantasy team?
In the middle of the game, James Powell says to me, he's like, Andrew, that guy, you guys couldn't say his name? That guy played for Man City, and he played for
Fuck off.
QPR. And
Did he
like,
really?
yeah. And he was like, that dude's a Premier League, not legend, but
Not
he's
legend.
he's a Premier League
Oh,
guy. He's,
yeah. It's pretty good. He's a decent James Powell. I'm sure you're gonna get a message tomorrow. He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh fucking tell me."
I
Holy
don't-
shit!
I
He
don't
played.
fucking tell like
He
that.
played for QPR. He played
Yeah.
for Chelsea.
Yeah, he played in a lot of EPL teams.
Oh wait, that's not him. That's Victor Moses.
Oh no.
Oh no, wait, that is him.
That guy's Victor Moses is different. Although Victor Moses is like this guy,
Yeah, they
they're,
kinda look
they're
the same.
Nigerian.
Oh really?
They're both Nigerian. Yeah, he was. That's another thing James Powell told me.
They're both terrible at soccer. They both can't cover Uriel Antuna and Chris Pontius.
I don't know, but I'm not gonna put that on Victor Moses quite yet.
I don't see him doing it yet. It's the same like
He's
it's
not
the-
much of a defender.
It's
so
the MLS
maybe-
Cup. It's the MLS Cup rule. Like objectively, Landon Donovan is a better player than Cristiano Ronaldo. He has 5 MLS Cups.
Yeah,
Done.
it's hard to argue.
I mean, how many does Cristiano have?
0.
I mean, it's not my fault he's unwilling to step up to the challenge.
Yeah.
Really.
I mean, he thought going to Italy was going to be going to Juve was going to be a challenge. Pff.
How do you win a title in April?
Yeah, because it's
In April.
Italy. So they've won 8 in a row now.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts to me
They
too.
lost 2 games this year, I think.
I was talking to my friend in Paris and talking about how PSG messed up the French Cup.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they were
I saw
going
that.
to win 5 in a row. That would have been
Hatem Ben Arfa.
5 in a row. He's on
He
red.
plays on Rennes, yeah. He won a
What?
cup. I was fucking stoked for that guy.
That's a trip. I thought that guy for sure was going to come to MLS.
He's too fragile.
Yeah. Oh, he would get wrecked,
He would get
but an
destroyed.
MLS team would take him.
I'd take him. Well, I would have taken him. Now he plays in that Efrain role, and I'd rather give him the minutes. But he's infinitely better. He's actually probably perfectly what we need: an attacking midfielder who can drive the ball forward, carrying it. You know, kind of what Almiron did for Atlanta. Like he'd be perfect here. French, but he's hyper emotional. So just out of nowhere, you have another Allison Trading.
I've heard people describe him as the French Joey Barton.
Less willing to physically defend himself and more likely
Okay.
to get sent off for doing something stupid.
Right. He would kick someone after the fact.
And he would kick them and then go down and pretend to be hurt
Yeah. Okay.
to keep, to hope that Joey Barton would come forward and fight his fights for him.
All right. I'm sitting in his chair. I gotta bring the conversation back. So
See how easy it is?
Real Salt Lake.
Well done.
How did you think we did? You watched the game. I watched the game from the stadium, but I'm capoing, so I see
It's
less
hard,
of it.
yeah.
But I saw the goals. Zlatan getting to this guy's head. You know, what do you got? What's your up? Let's get ups first.
And up. How about I as the guest? I'll leave you the easy one.
Okay.
'Cause, I mean the obvious easy one. I'll go with Steris. I mean it's ridiculous how consistent he is and how rock solid he's been. I know the moment I compliment him and I promote
No, but I said
his
it last
ability,
week.
it's gonna start going. Everyone's.
I said it
it's
last
been
week.
going-
I said, I think I'm ready to turn the corner and say that I think GBS is the center back whisperer, and he made Steris a decent center back.
Yeah.
I was always waiting for the ceiling to fall out from under him. There was going to be a point I gave him 3 or 4 games.
Yeah.
And he has been big in every single game.
He's
Steris has been really good.
easily the most. He's not the best defender, but he's
No.
easily the most consistent.
Yes.
You know 100% what you're going to get from him every week. You may not always get a goal, although he's a threat for him. He's an attacking threat on set pieces. He does get forward. He will throw his body in late in the game if necessary.
And he's doing it with Polenta going forward often.
He looks
He
an
has
entirely different
been
player.
a rock. It's been crazy. It's nuts.
It's nuts. And when
It's
you think
nuts.
about, Ben and I were actually talking about it just before you showed up. If you look at a full second team of the Galaxy, everyone's fit, everyone's healthy. Look at a full second team. We went through. We didn't actually do goalkeeper, but goalkeeper, you could do Lopez, you could do Vom Steeg.
Vom Steeg's the one on the bench.
He's on
right?
the bench right now, yeah. But
So
you could
he's
do,
our second choice.
He should be the second
Okay.
choice. But it was weird because
should
last
be,
year,
right?
or the year before, we would actually bench our third option because we
Right.
wanted our second option to play in
Right.
G2. But even in G2, it's a little more fluid. So it's safe to say Vom Steeg's the steady safe number 2. Araujo as a backup right back if necessary. But you could say Araujo. You probably could at least make an argument for Felcher.
I'm kind of ready for Verajo to take up.
I think you guys are a little too soon on it, but I'm
he's
with
just
you.
so confident.
He's
He's
very.
so-
So is Nathan Smith, and it was
so
the point you made last week.
That's true.
But you could. So let's say everyone's fit and everyone's healthy. You said you go Felcher number 1 at right back, Araujo number 2 at right back. We got to that right center back spot, and I went, well, Giancarlo, and Ben's like, and you go, he's not crazy.
And it's a little early, but we're not doing. So this may happen next week, and I hope it doesn't. We're not doing the normal MLS thing of, oh, this guy gets paid more, he's got to play.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Like
Well, you look at Shelvik.
starts playing out his mind. He has to play.
You look at Shelvik.
Doesn't matter what the
Shelvik
contract
is Shelvik is the most expensive
Yeah.
non-DP on the team. Yes,
Yes.
he's the most expensive non-DP on the team by about $400,000 after Perry Kitchen's raise and after Bingham's raise, which we haven't seen the numbers about. But yeah, they're floating around
So
$700,000.
I'd imagine. Well, it was real quick. I'd imagine that Giancarlo and Polenta are making more than Perry Kitchen.
What you just said, that to me is the biggest cultural shift we've seen with DTK
I don't
and
think
with
Corona's
GBS.
gonna be more. I think Corona's probably going to be around 700.
Oh yeah, that
I
would
think
make
he's going
sense.
to
Yeah,
end up being around.
yeah,
He's definitely tammed, but it'll be
Yeah.
around. We'll see in a couple weeks.
for sure.
Sorry.
Yeah. No,
No, that's the biggest culture change.
Yeah.
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 And I hope that stays, but we'll see. It's early, so we'll see.
And he just benched we'll say arguably of the numbers that we have rock solid, the most expensive non-DP. He just dropped him to the bench for a 20-year-old that we picked up in open tryouts that played half a season really at
Yeah.
G2.
Yep.
I mean, and then the guy kid fucking balled out.
Played out of his mind.
He's gonna
He
jack
played
your
out of his
job.
mind. It was great.
And I was listening to you
Loved
guys.
it. I was so happy. About
We're
it.
eventually going to get off my up, but I was listening to you guys. I guess we'll just do Traore because that was my real up. I was just trying to
That's where I was. I knew what you were saying. I was going to say that.
make him your up. We'll,
Yeah.
we'll take
All right, we'll just
Um,
Traore.
Traore. Let's say you don't give him that starting spot because Stelvik is the veteran, blah blah blah, whatever. The same point you guys made last week. Arguably, Romney is better than Stelvik.
Yes.
I mean, probably easily.
Yes.
Romney is better.
Romney
than
is not getting burnt as much as Shelvik did in the Minnesota game.
Traore is better than Stelvik.
Oh,
So of the three,
he's the third.
like
he's
of
the
the
third
three
stringer.
of the three main left backs, he's the worst one,
Yeah.
and he's regularly.
He's got a better chance of making center back than being left back.
He should. And you guys were talking about it last week with why he played center back instead, and they were like, oh, maybe it's the cultured European thing. It's Ashley Cole was here. Like
Yeah.
if Ashley Cole's not starting left
That's
back,
true.
I think we start Stelvik there. But I mean, he was so bad,
bad.
in that Minnesota game.
Yeah.
He's so bad in that Minnesota game. And I've been a defender and saying, hey, look, we're still shipping the fewest goals, and he's a part of that. And you can make the case Romney's a better defender. You can make the case Romney's a better assister. Traore looks like the better defender. Clearly.
He's definitely better
Definitely
going
better
forward.
defender. He's definitely better going forward. He's extremely confident. He's big. He's fast. He's physical. He makes smart
Yeah.
runs. He's confident. He's everything you want
Yeah.
out of a European defender making $1.1 million. Of the two players, one of them is earning their international spot. And it's not the veteran.
Yeah,
It's not the guy presumably you hope to replace Yella, I'm guessing. Because Yella played that
I think that was the point. Yeah,
that's the goal. I'm not
I
sure
mean,
I'm ready
different era.
for different era. Yeah.
He wasn't signed by GBS and DTK, so
But
I think
That's a
all signings that are not done by them should be looked at in a different
in a
light.
different.
Yeah.
You pass that as a Pete Vianis.
Yeah.
Jovan. I like that they've relegated Jovan Karofsky to the videos for academy kids that are signing now. Like that's the safe space for him. You don't have to worry about him. All he has to do is hold the jersey, take the picture, sit back in his office, get his paycheck, fucking move on with your day. But
I hear all the time that Jovan has like connections in Brazil and like other places in Europe, and I just don't understand.
I think they called Alessandrini. Alessandrini was a Jovan guy because he had friends who were scouts in that system, and they got a hold of him. And it's there's your thank you for the singular good signing. Well done,
Ben. You got an up?
David Bingham making, I think, 7 saves.
Yeah.
I think he had 7.
I mean, he's just he's keeping us in it. Just the way a goalie's supposed to.
Let's not get crazy.
He made 2 good saves.
No,
There
yeah,
were
for
two-
sure.
There were 2
For
really
sure.
good
6
saves.
He got 6 saves. I
6
think he
saves.
took one back.
Yeah.
But I'm much less ready to give Bingham the credit for our hot start and less goal, amount of goals that we've given up than I am for the rest of the defense and the way the defense is organized.
I think they kind of work together. I think that because Bingham's feeling a lot more confident.
You watch
because
him. He's
got those,
yelling.
those
Yeah.
defense.
He's commanding his
So
boss.
I guess after he gave up the goal, he yelled, "Rolf!"
Yeah, I saw that.
I saw that on Twitter.
And he's like, but he's not wrong. I mean, he's appeared to have stepped up into that mantle of a leader on the back line, someone you want. We're not losing games because of him.
He's earning his paycheck.
Yes, which is all you're asking.
Which is what my problem with him last year was that it didn't. He's a decent enough goalkeeper, but he's getting paid to be a goalkeeper, like
Upper echelon.
Yeah, upper echelon.
And that's part of our problem. Like being a Galaxy fan, you've had Pinedo, Ricketts in his first run, Kevin Hartman. I mean,
People like to shit on him now, but Saunders was big for us.
Saunders was great. Rowe had a lot of
Rowe was good
games.
for us in a lot of games. Yeah,
Right down to the first keeper,
You even Perk in the few games he played, more often than not. I mean, he had a couple blunders, but more often than not, Perk was even strong when he got some minutes.
Yeah.
We've had Mike
we
McGee.
have to go back to Cronin and Wickets to be or
I
Wickets
watched Wicks.
Ricketts Wick. We have to go back to them to when we had like just absolutely shitty keepers.
That was
right.
Cudicini.
Awful.
Oh, Cudicini was after them, right?
That was
Yeah,
the
that's
main
true.
thing with Cronin and Wicks. Wicks, I mean, this was like 2000. Let's say 2008.
Yeah,
I think it was right
2007,
after
2008.
Cannon left. Joe Cannon's another decent keeper who just had a horrible defense in front of him. But Steve Cronin and Josh Wicks both competing for the starting goalkeeper spot.
If you put them together, they would make such a
Solid
good
keeper.
goalkeeper.
I mean, I don't know if you remember them, Ben.
Yeah.
Wicks,
One had no hands.
No, I remember.
Wicks
Yeah.
never in the right place. Genuinely never fucking in the right place. Seemed to not really understand what he was doing at any given moment.
Cronin couldn't catch shit.
But if it hit Wicks in the hand,
Glue.
done. He's got it. Don't worry about it. It's going to get punched out. He might catch it, but good hands, never knew where to be. Cronin. I mean, hands of an Olsen twin.
Oh Jesus.
Always in the right spot, but if the ball hit him, it's spinning and going in every single time. I mean, I don't fucking have like a goalie baby.
It's like he's got hands of a fibromyalgia patient.
I was gonna make a joke, but
Actually-
we talk
actually-
about those kids enough.
Actually, not even.
The
I
what
think
are they?
that's like an old people thing.
Fibro. I can't say.
But anyways, no,
But he's not costing us games.
he's not.
He's strong enough. He's answers the call when he's called upon.
And he's made the big save here or there. Like in the Minnesota game, he made the big save.
Fibromyalgia is a disorder characterized by widespread.
Nerve pain, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't say that word. Musculoskeletal
Musculoskeletal,
pain
yeah.
accompanied by fatigue, sleep, memory, and mood issues. That's fucking. I might have that.
You guys are learning. You guys are learning on the Squadcast today.
Josh Guessman gonna teach you that shit? No.
So down. Who's got it down? Who's got it down?
I mean, it's what Corona. Corona wasn't out. I mean, it was pretty close.
That miss, in the second minute or whatever it was, that was a pretty bad miss. I mean, inside the 6-yard box.
Well, he's playing
That was a straight up Alan Gordon first time around miss.
Wow.
Alan Gordon
Are we-
first. I like the segment. of Memory of Time.
I'm not super down with us saying negative things about Alan Gordon on this podcast.
You see, he's doing TV commentary for Colorado now,
Is he?
which was really
Good for
random
him.
because I don't think he ever played for Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I
He
did.
did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where he finished.
I thought he finished here.
No, he
No,
finished,
he didn't
finish. He took off again?
Yeah, he finished 2 years. He
You might
played
be
2
right
years in
then.
Colorado.
Because that's usually what happens. It's all about the team they
Dan
retire.
Gargan's at Atlanta, which I think is weird.
He's from Atlanta.
Is he?
I don't know.
I don't think he's from Atlanta. Maybe he is. That would make more sense. So nobody's got down besides Joe Corona. What do you got?
From Philadelphia.
No, I
That's
mean,
really weird.
People are talking about the whole thing with Zlatan as a down, the way he got in.
Really?
But I don't see it as a down. I'm like,
I think
That's
I think
a massive up because
Yeah,
he's got
I
the-
agree.
not only
I
does
agree.
he have the balls, he fucking got away with it. Like we have someone on the Galaxy who gets away with shit like that, and we haven't gotten away with shit like that for a long time. Like Beckham got away with bullshit. We've spent the last like 3 years getting called on everything. Now you got a guy who's like, not only am I going to talk shit, and look at the foul, like Zlatan's yellow, when he yanks him to the ground, petty. But then he goes in the locker room, and then has the balls. Goes in the locker room, goes after the guy, and then says, "What are they going to do to me?"
hey,
I'm
he
the
was-
league.
He was trying to apologize.
He's a grown man.
It didn't seem like it in the in the video. I mean, people said that he was trying to apologize, and I'll believe that. But like, as soon as that apology was not accepted, it probably took like half a second for him to be like, "Nah, fuck you, then. I'm Zlatan."
Did you see the reporter, the video with the reporters asking him about it? He was like, "So what happened in there?" He was like, "Nothing. I went to apologize, and that was it." And the reporter's like, "Okay, thank you, Zlatan. Got everything I need, sir."
It's like he's a mob boss.
The voice sounded familiar. I'm sure you could recognize that voice.
It's hilarious.
That was my only real.
Yeah, I don't really have a problem with Zlatan talking shit on the field. I mean, trash talk is a normal thing in sports,
And he's
especially
really
at
good at it.
higher level sports.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just an NBA thing.
And this isn't like it's some academy MLS kid. Again, played at Chelsea, played at QPR.
Guy
Like,
played 200 games in the EPL or
Yeah,
something
he-
like that.
at least for all the Euro snobs, he should be one of those harder guys. Where,
Yeah.
you know,
EPL legend, right?
Yeah, EPL legend.
Darren
Huckabee.
every single time.
All right.
Do you know that story, Ben?
No,
Oh.
I don't.
Do you want? I mean, we should.
Yeah.
You want to just? We'll cut. Ed, we apologize.
I'll take it.
Please.
I just had to plug in my headphones. So back in the day when Beckham
Oh
came,
God, who said it at the same time?
not too long after San Jose signed their big English legend, Darren Huckabee,
English legend.
English legend at Norwich, which was not in the EPL at the time.
Yeah.
Norwich is the Canaries. They are
They're back in now.
They're in the EPL quite
Just got
often. They're back
promoted.
in now. They just
Yeah.
got promoted. They're one of those back and forth teams, but at the time they were not. And some guy
Oh, the fucking
came
radio
from
station.
Norwich City to come out here to like support Darren Huckabee and was all about like, yeah, fuck LA Galaxy, fuck Beckham, and like he made a video. I wonder if it's still on YouTube.
Well, there's an interview that Darren Huckabee did when he is signing for San Jose, and the interview guys, it's for I got it right here. It's Kron, which I wish we had the radio station or the fucking TV station Kron, but it's KRON 4 in San Jose, and they're interviewing him for signing, and the radio host or the TV host is just like, we have English legend Darren Huckabee. And it was one of those weird, and he's asking him all these questions about, like, it's clear that they want to ask him about Beckham, but understand that he's not Beckham. Like they know David Beckham. The TV hosts know, or what do they call him?
Broadcaster.
Like broadcasters.
Yeah.
They know David Beckham. They know Beckham is English. They know Darren Huckabee is probably English. And so he may have met David Beckham at some
They
point.
know he is coming from England,
He's coming from the place Beckham used to
but
live
they
in.
did have to look up where Norwich was.
Yeah.
So they were like, "Where's Norwich? I bet it's England. But let's look it up to be sure."
Oh,
Oh, he's English. Hey, David Beckham just got here.
Ah.
Yeah, it was.
I just found this shit. I'm going to play it right now. Hang on. What is this? Oh, fuck. It's my own voice. Ah, it's gross. Okay. Here we go.
What are we playing right now? What is this? Let's get some context.
In September. All right, are you ready to go? When we return, he is an English legend. Just acquired by the San Jose Earthquakes. Look at this. When you go on the internet, Huckabee is his
Huckabee.
name. And Darren is standing by. Just has arrived in this country. He is
Look
a
at the
legend.
fucking immediate regret on that dude's face.
This is great radio right here, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go look it up.
What's
Chris
better
Chris
radio?
holding up his computer.
Yeah.
What's better radio than a newscast from 12 years ago
So, anyways, Darren Huckabee, English legend.
from a team no one likes?
Oh man.
So no downs at all.
Darren Huckabee's my down.
Yeah. I got it down, and it's someone that didn't even play. Shelvick. Let's get rid of him. It's time to get rid of him. It's time to not play him anymore. Didi Traore did so much better.
It's a lot of money. Because we get to a point where between Shelvick and Kitchen, you have like 18. You have 1.8 million sitting on the bench just between those two.
Oh, that's so much money.
It's a lot of money,
So
right?
much money.
Like when you think about the salary cap, it's like 3.7, 3.8 now. You have almost half of that sitting on the bench doing nothing.
Yeah.
It's I think they'll end up playing him. And I think the coach is sending a message saying, "Hey, look," and it's a good message.
Yeah.
No one's spot here. Maybe not. Probably not nobody. But your
Well,
spot is
at
not
least
safe.
one guy is safe. He could not score for the next 6 games, and he will
Zlatan,
still,
well, not even
he will
him.
still play.
Zlatan, Jonathan's going to play, but that's about it. Like anyone else, and that's at least the sentiment. Anyone else, if you're not performing, there not only will someone take your spot, there is someone ready to take your spot. And the beauty of what DTK and GBS, and again, you got to give the man credit where it's due if you're going to criticize. But Klein, GBS, and DTK, it's been Klein's long-term vision to get this academy going and moving it, progressing it forward, building, stepping stones from the academy to the second team to the first team. There is a second team player ready to take your left back spot. There is a second team player ready to take your right back spot. There is a second team player ready to take your attacking midfield spot.
So that's always been my argument about people who have only negative things to say about Klein, is that I think in the end, history will look kindly upon him because he started the academy before everyone else. He started the USL team before everyone else. He did those things. He had a vision to do that, and that should be looked at positively, regardless of these 2 seasons and all the other stuff.
Well,
it seems like now he's taken a step back. He's hired the right people, so he may completely turn around his perception to a lot of people. You see far and far less Klein out stuff on Twitter. So I think that,
but also
you have to give him credit for that.
We're winning. And I think once you get to the point where you're winning, eventually you start to forgive the past.
That's true.
Because you remember, people were furious when Bruce Arena showed up. Like the most storied name available. People were enraged, me being one of them. Start winning, that shit goes away pretty quick. And if you look at to your point, if you look at the total vision, the total dream, where long-term where we go, DTK and GBS can be the leaders that catapult us. If we're ever going to win the Champions League, it's going to be in part because of those two.
Oh, absolutely.
The foundation that they're laying. Say what you will, Klein sold those guys on this. I mean, what was a tire fire? Klein sold them on the overall project of what you can do here.
Yeah.
Criticize him if you're going to criticize him for the things he's done wrong.
I'm going to criticize him because he would have signed Porter if Porter didn't
actively try.
If Porter didn't big time him.
Yeah, actively tried.
And thank the Lord.
Yeah.
Have you guys looked at Columbus lately?
I thought about it the other day. I was looking at I was doing prep work for the show, and I was like, oh, we have fucking Columbus coming up next week.
Wait, what were you doing?
Prep work? What's wrong?
No,
What's wrong with prep work? As I look at your
Yeah,
empty board,
I know.
as I
I know.
stare
Of
at your
all
empty
days.
fucking board.
Of all days to talk shit, you have nothing on the board.
I'm going to read to you guys right now what's on the show board. On the top, it has our phone number, which is
always there.
Which is incorrect.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's not the right number.
That's a studio line.
Oh, okay. Well,
Can anyone get?
but it's always been there. That's always been there.
Yeah. Here,
And if you
go back to
episode 125.
There you go. If you go back to any other episode, there's a different number that everyone recognizes other than the number that's in the corner, but that's fine. Riot Squadcast, episode 125. This is literally what's listed on the board. Banter, which looks like Baxter.
It does. I thought it was Baxter.
Banter. Website / Patreon. Done. Priorities.
Great prep.
Yeah.
What was that?
Priorities.
What did you say you were doing, Chris?
As I was saying, I saw that. Don't fucking come at me, man. You got to know better than this. I'm not the Night King. I know what the fuck is up. I'm watching shit, son. I'm Brandon Stark over here.
Stand by it, man.
Anyway, that's how we were playing Columbus.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, how fucking close were we?
We
were this close to like another, another Kurt Anolfo. No disrespect, but another Ziggy Schmidt, another Dom Kinnear, like another okay manager. maybe good,
No.
but like,
No.
but your best case scenario, absolute best case scenario with Caleb Porter, you have a maybe good.
Best case scenario, we're 5th in the West at the end of the season.
Sure, I could see him pulling like a 4th. I could see him I could see us getting like a hot streak and hitting 3rd. But with people like GBS with DTK, you can see 1 year, 2 years down the road, not today, but when they have time to build out their team, transformative, being a regular contender for the Supporter Shield again. Like these guys who have you can see people running the operation where there's a kid in the academy where they're like, cool, this is the timeline we have for when he should be a starter. This is the time, and if he's not meeting these milestones, then it's time to move him on somewhere else. Because in his spot, there's 4 other kids waiting. And so if we add 2 years on, they should be pushing him for his starting spot. With Caleb Porter, I mean, is there an expectation? Not to say that, Didi Traore is necessarily successful because of GBS or Rajo is successful because of him. But do you have the same expectation that if Felcher goes down or Shelvick goes down or Romney goes down, that there's going to be an academy kid or a G2 kid ready to take his spot? No, because you haven't seen that in the last 15 years. But you're seeing it happen right now.
Like,
and
it's
right
crazy.
now.
It's
Regularly.
insane. It's insane to me how little time they've had and how much we've turned it around.
Like I was
between those two.
I was again prep work. Ben, watch it. I was doing prep work the other day, and I was thinking like, you regularly see people on Twitter saying, "Where is Efrain?" The guy is literally the youngest player in the history of the team, and while we're winning, people are like, "Where is he?
Why isn't he getting minutes?"
Because there is a foundational expectation that these young players are going to get an opportunity and they're going to be ready and they're pushing people. And we almost had Caleb Porter.
Yep.
Like he big timed his friend, or we would have had Caleb Porter. Allegedly, rumors. So nobody fucking text me or call me or that. But like, it could have been mediocrity.
It could have been really bad.
5-year mediocrity. Like he tried.
And I don't even think mediocrity because I hate that guy.
It probably would have gone. I think it would have gone bad.
Yeah.
I think it would have gone bad. I mean, he's in Columbus where the expectations are drastically lower.
Yeah.
Drastically lower. And
I think you have to have people show up to your stadium to have expectations.
To have them even be disappointed.
Yeah.
But like a land where expectations are don't embarrass us, and you're falling short.
Yeah.
Like to come to a place where it's like, hey, in our next hires, we're looking for people who are going to push us to 6 stars and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10.
Yeah.
And you have that.
And win Champions League.
And so if you're going to criticize Klein, and I'm not saying he doesn't have legitimate things you can look at, because he definitely listen to any of our past shows.
But let's just be fair and even with it.
You got to be fair, because if not, if he's just terrible, then I don't need to hear your argument, because you're not coming at it logically. You're not taking the evidence in front of you and then having that inform your decision making. You're coming to me with a pre-concluded idea, and I can do that. I don't need you for that.
Yeah.
So that's.
I'm pessimistic enough. All right.
There's my up, Chris Klein. I don't know if we moved on from that.
No. So yeah, let's keep moving. What's next on the board there, Ben? As he hands me something.
By the way, Didi Traore was the highest rated player in the RSL game. I think WhoScored gave him 8.75. I want to say he won all 5 tackles.
He was the highest scored on WhoScored?
He was highest.
Wow.
8.6 rather. 8.6. He won all 5 tackles. He won 5 tackles, 2 aerial duels, dribbled the ball 5 times out of the fucking left back. Didi Traore dribbled the ball on the field more than every single player on RSL.
Awesome.
Every single one out of left back, and still defended amazingly, and still finished with the highest rating.
Real quick, how many people do you actually know on RSL?
I'm looking at the roster now. I can say I would have been able to name 1, 2, 3.
Dude, it's a bunch of nobodies, right?
It's a whole bunch of nobodies.
Whole bunch of nobodies.
But I think about that sometimes when I watch MLS.
It's crazy.
I feel like maybe not everyone in the league knows everyone on our team, but a lot of people know
more
most
than
people
other
on our
teams.
team.
Yes.
I watch a lot of MLS, and I can't say that. There's a lot of when I heard Johnson played for RSL, I was like, they bought Will Johnson? That dude still plays soccer? But it's not. This is how you know. No picture.
Name. Yeah, no picture.
No photo. No photo on WhoScored.
All right, we're moving on. I got a email. Well, I didn't get it, but Ed did. An email from our big man, our main man, Big Tony.
Prediction master.
Prediction master, write-up extraordinaire. And I'm going to go ahead and read it for you guys right now, all right? You ready? Are you
Yeah.
ready? Ben, you ready? All right?
Psyched.
All right, let's go. Prognostication. At the midweek show, Ben had just taken the lead over by Chris by 1 point. But with Chris and Ed predicting a loss, only Ben was able to grab points with his win prediction.
I was out here being negative.
Only Ben? Come on, Tony. What is this? What is this? Do I not exist? Additionally, he was spot on for the scoreline, giving him 2 points for the week.
Wow.
That means the returning champion is now 3 points clear of Chris and 6 points clear of Ed.
Ed's not even playing.
Ed, you gotta come back, man. Dark days indeed. You've got a storyline here. Ben has 10, Chris has 7, and Ed has 4. Ed, you gotta do better. Listener predictions. Last week, Ethan and Walter were neck and neck at 9 points. Well, we have a new leader. Ethan correctly predicted the storyline, while Walter only got a point for the win, along with 28 others. Well, only a win. Yeah. There's a lot of snark. There's a lot of snark. At least I read this way.
But you
There's a lot of
understand?
snark
You
here.
understand when I read the FIFA thing why I keep paraphrasing? Because like you're reading, you're like, well, it's a lot of nonsense in there.
Ethan is now the sole leader with 11 points. Way to go, Ethan. Walter and Danny A follow with 10, and Elizabeth, Richard, C, and Ronnie have 9. 3 others are tied with 8, and 10 are tied with 7. With just over a quarter of the season gone. Wow, there's a quarter of the season gone
We just
already?
hit a quarter, yeah.
Oh,
4.25. So we're right
It's
there.
still anyone's game. 5 listeners predicted an Antuna goal with 2 people, Chris G and Asian Kevin. Okay. Correctly predicting the other goal would come from Zlatan. Unfortunately, both predicted a clean sheet, so no extra points there either.
Asian Kevin.
Yeah, that's what he wrote in there.
Did I name him that? That sounds like something I'd name him.
I don't know.
It absolutely sounds like something you'd name it.
It is. Looking forward on Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, or what is it?
Yeah.
PDT,
Yeah, we're on
Pacific
daylight.
Daylight.
Yeah.
Pacific Daylight. Oh, good call. Yeah. The G's traveled
Again,
to Harrison.
You learn things on the Squadcast.
I see. I always thought it was Pacific Standard Time, but I do recognize PDT.
yeah.
But now that you've said you're a genius, you're smart. I should be able to figure that out. Anyways,
We've
the G's traveled to Harrison, New Jersey, to take on our good friends NYNJ Metro Stars, or the Red Bulls, as some would call them. Tony, holding on to the original
MLS
names.
1.0,
Yeah.
man. No buyouts.
This season, New York has been bad.
Fuck
They
Leipzig.
they are currently tied for last place in the East with 3 other teams. New York, Atlanta, Cincy, and New England all have 8 points. New York is second to last in terms of goals scored, 9, but just behind Vancouver, which is 7. Even the woeful Rapids, only 2 points on the season, have more goals. They have 12. Wow, the Rapids have 12 goals,
12 goals, yeah.
and they're 2
Carlos
points.
Vela has
That is-
11.
That is amazing. Yeah, fuck that guy, though. He doesn't matter.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic has 8.
Yeah.
Better.
This is a
Delete
huge
that
drop.
last
Yeah,
one.
actually, this is a huge drop off for last year's Supporter Shield winners. That is the truth. Last time the G's faced New York, they came away with a 3-2 loss. Goals from Kamara and Gio.
Can I say?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's the drop off about the Supporter Shield.
Mhm.
If you really want to pray to Bruce Arena, the consistency, the absolute fucking consistency of that guy, where it's like you come in, they won the Supporter Shield last year, and they're decimated. We were back-to-back Supporter Shield champions in the only 2 seasons that it should actually count
Sure,
for,
it really matters.
because
yeah.
it was the only 2 seasons that we
Balanced
played home and
schedule.
away, balanced schedule. Check who has the Supporter Shield for those. LA Galaxy. Exclusive. Done. Only actual fair season.
All your other Supporter Shields are null and void.
Tainted. Are those the only 2 we won? Because
No, we've won more.
Our
We've
other
won-
ones should
yeah,
count.
they
I
should
think we
count
have
that,
4.
yeah.
But sorry, I was
But-
just thinking about that. It's like, I mean, the absolute regularly amazing, well built, solid, deep rosters.
And we were always contending for the Supporter Shield late into the
That's
season
it.
too. Yeah, I'm with you. Last time the G's faced New York, they came away with a 3-2 loss, goals from Kamara and Gio. But at that point, New York was clicking on all cylinders. This year they barely have one cylinder working, and that is the defense. While their offense hasn't been able to find the net, the defense has kept them in games, allowing only 9 goals in 8 games. In league games, only the Smurfs were able to beat New York by more than 1 goal margin, 4-1. That should tell you how bad they are. Yeah, that's kind of true actually. But San Jose is really weird this year. They just beat up on Kansas City.
And they're at 7th place now
Yeah.
after a horrible start to the year.
He added a little addendum in here, almost like a PS. By the way, well, you just put an asterisk, but I'll add PS in there. By the way, I call New York our good friends because of the bike jousting after New York lost the cup to Columbus in 2008. Fun times with the Red Bull supporters. Anyone traveling to the game, please say hi to Mr. Binks.
Do you know? I hear he's an NYCFC fan now.
No.
Yeah, that's
No,
the last I
don't-
heard about
I
him.
don't believe that. He also, doesn't he live in like Virginia now? I know he
I
moved.
think he moved. Yeah,
But
but
he moved before NYCFC.
do you know
became a
the
thing.
bike chow story, Benjamin?
Also, we had a good time.
Another
with-
reason to not like Columbus.
We had a really good time with New York when we went there in 2010 after well, not
After the
we,
stadium.
I went with Vic. That's a whole other Patreon story that we got to bring Vic on.
I want him for the Seattle away story.
Yeah, also Vic is a little upset that you guys never call him.
We didn't call him what? Like
That's how I know he listens, is because he was like, man, those bitches never call me.
like to come on.
Yeah,
He is welcome.
that's what I told
He
him.
is welcome literally whenever you're available on a Tuesday night, grab a bottle of whiskey, come on in. We at a minimum we're gonna do when Vic comes on, we'll do like an hour and a half long Patreon show. We'll do it when it's just me, you, and him, and we don't have to worry
Yeah.
about fucking Ed having
Yeah,
it all.
like,
Ed's fucking watching the clock.
could you hurry up the story here? What the fuck? Why does it even matter? So yeah, we got a phone call. Ben is going to play that right
Let
now.
us know when you're ready, Benjamin.
He's going to play the drop. That is Mr. Telephone Man.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
MLS Cup 2009.
Well, you
I
want to
was
start
at
that over?
MLS Cup 2009. That sucked. So good to beat them.
Yeah, it sounds like
Hey,
you just played that in the middle of the. Is that Fredo? You got to
That's
play all of
definitely Fredo,
Fredo's call. Okay, are you ready? 1, 2.
Yo, this is Fredo. Great game tonight. Hey, always good to beat RSL. I was at MLS Cup 2009. That sucked.
So are we.
So good to beat them.
Ugh.
Yes,
Hey,
every time.
I'm happy
don't wanna
that
think
we're
about that.
varying the attack. Of course, we crossed into Ibra, but we were playing more balls on the ground, getting people involved. Besides cross. So that was good. GBS, he's got us going in the right direction. He's integrating. I love how he integrates the youth, like Traore. He puts them in with the main team. Not like Bruce. We used to throw the kids and the scrubs together and then declare everyone a failure. GBS is better at integrating, so that's good. And yeah, good. Sorry I was not in 137 tonight. I was up at the Buena Vista Social Club, but I was still cheering. And so, hanging with the peeps up there. And yeah, good game. I'm happy. Draw on the road, win at home. Yeah, good week. Go Galaxy.
I think,
I like how he ends that.
yeah, I think
Fucking optimistic.
I can go ahead and just say this right now, because if I ever leave the box, I will be in Buena Vista Social Club.
Sure.
That is part
That's
of
where
ours.
you're always on,
That's
yeah.
part of
That
ours.
counts.
Yeah.
And by the way, I'm seeing in the live chat, Fredo always brings up old shit. Like, yes, he does, because old shit was the best. That was when we had no responsibilities and we just drank until we fell asleep.
Oh man.
All of your friends just took care of you. Yeah, you can call. You can call for a voicemail during the week. We prefer, if you're going to leave a voicemail, we prefer them straight away after the game. But anytime during the week, whatever works for you. 562-641-5277. That's 562-641-LARS. You can also call if you're listening in the live chat. You can call right now. It'll patch you through to the show and
Maybe talk about tea.
talk about whatever you want. That was the weirdest,
I honestly think it was someone trying to like troll or
like a soundboard.
No, I don't know if it was necessarily a soundboard, but I just didn't see where they were going with
Okay.
it. That's the only reason why I'm like 96% sure
It was a troll job.
it was a troll, because I didn't see where they were going with the whole thing. I don't know how they would have got the number, but I know those things exist.
How pathetic would you have to be to take time out of your life to troll this show?
I don't know. It depends on what you get out of it, I guess. Nothing came of that, so that's pretty pathetic.
I kind of thought I was getting ready to get kidnapped, but like besides that,
I mean, I've seen some like random troll stuff online, and there's merit and there's funny
Yeah.
things to it.
it was just weird, man. But yeah, you're always welcome to call them, talk to us. Someone on Twitter said they see me at games and they feel weird about coming up to say hello. Which I don't like. I think it's probably because you and I have known each other since we were, children. But if I see you at a game, I'm probably drunk already. So
Yes.
I'm going to be really amenable. I'm
Especially
super
now.
welcoming.
Like every game you go to now, you're like pretty drunk.
Any game I go without the kids, yeah. If I go to a game like just Erica and I, or if I get to go by myself, like I'm getting hammered. I genuinely don't mean to get as hammered as I do, but this is the other aspect. Yeah, it's kind of an accident. This is the other
It's an
aspect
accident
now.
every time. It's the only accident that I know is going to happen.
It's the only accident that I can control, and it's entirely within my abilities to stop. But listeners give me weed now. Like I go to games and people have edibles waiting for me, and again, what am I to do? It would be rude. I have to fall on my own sword. So I take one for the team.
Do they tell you when they give it to you that you have to have it right then?
I'm not even sure. I'm not asking for it. There's a chance, but no. Usually it's like, hey, here you go, or like they'll have a vape pen with them, and I'm like, oh, absolutely. Fucking listen to the show. So if you are a listener and you ever see me or Ed or fucking Andrew, like Andrew loved meeting people coming out of the Capital Box, and he has no social media presence. So if you ever see him
so
and you
if
want
you
to
want
say
to
hi,
talk to me,
that's where it's got to be.
it's got to be there.
Or you can call
or on the
562-641-5277.
Yeah. Or at a viewing party.
Yeah. So moving on, next phase.
Next phase.
We have away days. Beautiful away day sponsors. Love the friends of the show.
What is that, Chris? Why don't you explain it to me?
Away days football is a great, amazing American service that I guess allows you to get mostly European jerseys. But it's a sorry, Andrew just Andrew just turned off his mic. Andrew just turned off his mic to ask Ben if he can drop a deuce at the
Hey,
service.
listen, this is behind the scenes stuff. You don't need to talk about any of this.
Pull back the curtain.
Tucker, keep going with
Keep
the
going.
way
Do
days.
away
We're
days.
gonna,
You can do like a 6
We're gonna have
minute.
to do- yeah, we're
I think that's a good fair estimate. 6 minute away day sponsor.
We're gonna have to give this guy a free commercial, like a free
Yeah,
week. We're gonna have
5
to give him a
minutes
free
do
extra
it
week.
forever. You could talk about
Oh,
the ones
God.
you've gotten. You can name all the ones my brother's gotten, and
I-
that'll take 6 minutes.
I
That'll
doubt-
eat up.
Your
that'll
brother,
eat up
your
some
brother
time.
has a legitimate addiction
Yeah.
to the service, the
Yes.
beautiful American service of away days football. So anyway, while Andrew quickly departs, away days football is our shirt sponsor. It's a sponsor for the Riot Squadcast, good friends of ours. If you like collecting jerseys, maybe you like working out in jerseys, or like in my personal instance, my son, he has long nails, longer than he should. And when, he holds on to his old dad, or when I'm throwing him up in the air and he's terrified he's going to be dropped, he'll kind of grab one of my jerseys and pull him. And I'm usually wearing a soccer jersey when I'm at home, or not at work. So, away days jerseys, an awesome service where I can still wear a jersey, and it's it's cost effective. It's not one of my, $100 jerseys, $150 jerseys. If you go authentic and long sleeve. But for $25, it's their main service. They have a mystery pack for $25, and they'll send you a random, relatively lower league jersey. Ed typically says lower league, but it's not always. I think we had a couple of the more random Spain jerseys. There's some, I want to say Germany, maybe, definitely England, but England seems to chiefly be lower league, like Nottingham Forest, or I think I got a Middlesbrough. So if it works for you, it's a great service. It's a good gift. Listeners have been sending me, not listeners, I think I've gotten two or three. But listeners sent me an away days pack, and it's an awesome little gift. I love it. It's like Christmas, and you just know it's coming. You get the little email that says it's been shipped, and you're tracking it, and you're like, oh fuck. And you get that notification that says it's arrived, and you're like, I'm going to go home. And as soon as I get home, I got something brand new. And the last one I got was a Olympic Lyonnais jersey, I think. Yeah, Lyon. And it's legitimately the most comfortable jersey I own. And I bought a Galaxy home jersey in 2007 for like $110 from the team store. Full price, like a fool. If only I was able to do away days. It's at away days on Twitter. I think it's what is it? Away days football, FOOTBALL, for their website. Great little service. They do a subscription pack as well, $75. Send you a new one every month. It's always been my dream. I just want to get a whole bunch of those subscriptions, so every day, every week I come home, I get a brand new home jersey or away jersey. Who knows? They also have this American collection. They're doing the Charlotte Independence right now, $50. I think he's just started a new one with it's Greenville Triumph or something like that. It's somebody Triumph. Yeah, Greenville Triumph SC. So they're going to be selling their home jerseys out of there. It'll be $60, I think. But if you put in, it's $60 for the fools, for the peasants, for the rubes. Put in the promo code SquadCast. You get 15% off. So that's your tax. The tax man, fuck him. Done. Dead. IRS, not in here. I get 15% off. I don't even pay full price. You get taxes off, plus an additional 5%. Because fuck the man. But not fuck Martin. Because he runs Away Days Football and he's awesome. Or fuck Martin. Like, actually give that dude some play. One of those options. Ed's going to hate this commercial. I'm going to be in so much trouble. We should just cut this commercial and play this commercial every week. It's the best anyone's ever going to do. AwayDaysFootball.com. I don't know where these guys are or if they plan on coming back. I'm assuming Andrews just choked him out by now. Although I'm reading in the live chat. Andrew is currently in Ben's toilet and posting in the live chat, talking to everyone, this has to be a high point of this show. This has to be the best thing we've ever done. This is why you can't miss episodes, Ed. Because then I just get left here to talk. Luckily for me, I smoked a little bit, so I'm still having a good time. It's like a personal diary now. It's like one day I'm gonna play this for Damien. He's gonna be like, Dad, talk for like 6 minutes straight. I smoked too much marijuana. His friend has irritable bowel syndrome. Oh man, I've never been in my whole life. I've never been in a position where I just like in an emergency needed to get up and take a dump. Like, that's never happened to me, and it's always been something I'm able to plan out. Like, how did you leave your house without pooping today? Or is like he didn't bring in food and start eating. So just out of nowhere, this dude's just like, I gotta poop. Madam Serrano in the live chat's asking what I smoked tonight. I guess I can't say whose it is because I don't want to get them in trouble, or like I don't know if they're weird about it. But there's some mint chip. It's 16% THC that was in here because Andrew was supposed to bring a pre-roll and forgot. So, you make do with what you got, and had a nice little beer. So I'm just kind of chilling out. I should do a question and answer for the live chat. Live chat, help me out. Andrew is indeed blowing up that toilet. Oh, I feel bad for, what's his name? Korean Steven the Korean. Because he's definitely not going to enjoy all this adult poop chat. Baby poop chat was bad enough for him. Robert Rio said this is when people should call in. That would be a great idea, but I have no idea how to answer the phone. Ben legitimately does all of that. So if he's not here, what are you going to do? You ain't getting this with Guessman. No, you definitely don't get your co-host abandoning you to blow up your producer's bathroom on Corner of the Galaxy. Oh shit, I got a phone call. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can figure this out. Give me 1 sec. Don't hang up. Oh, I feel like I'm not gonna be able to hear this person. Yeah, sorry. I can answer.
Can you hear me?
Oh fuck, I can't hear you. What's up, sir?
Hey, man. I wanted to talk about the midfield.
Absolutely. Who is this?
Yeah, this is Shut Up Gilberto.
Hey, Gilbert.
What's up, brother?
What's going on, man? Oh, you should fucking be here, dude. Like, I understand why you can't.
Yeah, I got home at like 9 o'clock. I was out busy, but I'm going to talk about something while you need someone to talk to with.
How long were you gone?
What do you mean?
Minutes, right?
How long was he gone?
I think it was like 103.
8 minutes? 5 minutes? I just said 5 minutes straight, Ben. Away Days, done. We owe that dude an extra commercial. 100%. It's terrible. It was awful. Gilbert's on the phone, by the way. That happened while you were gone.
Hello, everybody.
I smoked just enough to get through all that. That was horrifying. I don't know how Jason Davis does it.
I'm sure you did good.
I think Guessman has to be like a psychopath for his ability to do that all the time.
You know what? I think I could do a good promo spot.
Promo? We should have you do commercials for the show.
I'll be down to do that.
That'd be great. Can we get that?
Ready yet?
Can we do that, Ben? How are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, we can hang up on Gilbert now and move on. Thank you,
Bye,
Gilbert.
Oh.
No, what's up, sir?
He
How
was
you doing?
not
This
ready.
is a clusterfuck already, man.
He was not ready for that.
Favorite whiskey? Ethan in the live chat asked me my favorite whiskey. The Johnny Walker Blue Label I got from my son. I will never drink a whiskey that tastes better than that. It was
Seriously?
never in my life. The first time I opened it the night he came home. Like, I will never have whiskey that tastes better than that whiskey.
Johnny
in
Walker.
my mind.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like it
I was
because
gonna say,
No,
I'll
no,
get you a bottle that tastes better than
Yeah,
that.
I understand the
both more than
sentimental
welcome.
value of it, but I mean, there are way better whiskeys.
Yeah.
And Ben, you're more than welcome to buy them for me, and I will drink them and let you know. I'll give you my opinion.
All right. What are we at? So we did away days.
Did away days. done.
It'd be nice to know what's on next because
Again,
I'm trying to keep
clear
the,
whiteboard.
Yeah, I'm trying to get
It
everyone
would
to
be
stop.
the New York preview.
All right. Let's start with the preview then. Let's go. So we're
Can't believe you
unbeaten.
just
We're
walked out
unbeaten
here
in the
for
last
5
7.
minutes. What a dick.
I'm trying
I
to.
genuinely talked the whole time.
I'm really trying to keep this non-poop related.
I'm gonna listen back to this and be like, I can never smoke again.
So, New York, as Anthony said, they're not very good this year. The Galaxy are unbeaten in 7,
Mhm.
which is an amazing feeling. What do you have in the cards for this game?
You want to go, Benny? You want me to go?
No, I just.
How about I fucking rest since I just talked for 5
Yeah, there you
minutes,
go.
you dicks?
Andrew, you like to place a bet here or there. You've been known to.
I
lay a wager.
more pay attention to it. I've
So-
made bets, but I'm not a betting man.
Can you explain to me how all of a sudden in the last couple days, the Galaxy, who started out as favorites, have jumped to be big time underdogs?
Yeah, and you said that before the Minnesota game too, that we were
On the betting line?
big underdogs. I don't know what it was for RSL because you weren't here, but no, I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense. But that's what I've said since the beginning, since we've been talking about bets. I mean, I love the bet portion of the show. You should keep doing it. But it is impossible to accurately predict MLS games and make money.
So the Galaxy are at a plus 360 right now.
What does that mean to me as someone who doesn't bet?
That means if you bet 100, you're going to win $360.
So if you bet $100 for them to win,
For us to beating New York?
yeah,
Yeah.
That's insane. Hey, put all of Ed's Patreon money on this. Fucking Ed, don't worry about it. I got you. We're gonna invest it. That's easy money.
I don't understand. That's a big
It has to be
number.
It's got to be the
It's
injuries.
usually like
because
say if they think we're gonna lose, the line would usually be like 180 or even at
Like a
most
decent bump, but nothing
210.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
360 is nuts.
It's nuts. 538 has the Red Bulls at a 58% chance to win. If you combine the draw
You can't
and
trust
our
that.
chance
Really
to win,
high.
I
yeah,
can't trust that Nate
yeah.
Silver or whatever that guy's name is.
Yeah, we're only at the draws got a higher percentage.
Are you
They-
planning on actually betting on this one? You should. It's easy money.
You want,
It's fucking easy
it
money.
does. It seems like you're taking candy from
It's
baby.
Ben, bet the whole retirement on there.
Get the whole
Put
retirement.
put the pension on it. Don't you trust
Put the
Laton?
I do trust Zlatan.
That seems crazy to me.
Yeah.
They have to be factoring in because presumably a professional does this. They analyze, the team
Well-
setup and all that.
Well, real quick, what was the RSL? What was the bet line for the RSL?
Do you still have that? Do you remember it?
No, I can't go back to that. I mean, I probably
Yeah,
could.
I
look
don't
it
think
up.
you can go.
But
back.
but I'm
Yeah,
pretty
just
sure we were
go.
favorites of that. I mean, we were home first of all, and on such great form.
They have to be analyzing like injuries and exhaustion from the amount of games played. I mean, they have to be looking at. it
Well,
from
yeah,
that perspective.
there's a lot that goes into it.
'Cause
They're not
looking at
obviously not doing it just
The
blind.
Odd Shark predicted score has predicted
But I
the
even
correct
mean-
score of the Galaxy game for the last 6 games.
Yeah, I didn't even mean
Jeez,
like
really?
inside of that.
That's intense.
Inside of that, like even with the exhaustion and the injuries and all that, they're terrible. I mean, if you've watched the Red Bulls play, they're awful. They are. Put Zubac on the field, we should still be able to beat New York. Ben, you should put.
No,
money on
they have one win in the last 5 games. They have one win, one draw in the last 5 games.
that. Yeah. Do it, Andrew. Talk him into it.
I think you should put a
You
bet
should
down right
fucking
now.
put
I'm
money
not saying
on
like put like your house.
Yeah,
but
don't go nuts. Don't
Don't
put
do the
your car.
retirement.
You should put some
But,
fucking coin
yeah.
on this.
Oh, come on, why don't we just go in together?
Because I'm broke, son. That's why we're betting your money.
Yeah, maybe I will put some money down on this.
That's easy. That's as easy money as you get in MLS.
So you think we win? Coast to coast travel doesn't that doesn't bother
And
you?
we're
I
going
know-
straight from there to Columbus.
And they're chartering.
Yeah, it's a charter flight.
Okay. Well, we
You
get
see the
3 of
Alejandro
those.
four.
Yeah.
You
4.
see the Alejandro Bedoya picture where he's
Yeah.
like, they did all this crazy flying in like 2 days, 2-3 days, and the whole time he's like in typical coach seat, like knees right up to the.
I
It's
get
crazy.
I get the point, and I think he's right, and we should change that rule. but at the same time, it kind of came off really whiny. But maybe it's
It
because
is, it's kind of
maybe because that's from Alejandro Bedoya, and I don't like that guy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But the Galaxy paid, what is it, $13 or $14 million between Gio and Zlatan in the space of like 11 days. It's not really a matter of sustainability anymore, right? It's they found a way to keep revenue from going out of ownership's pockets in a way that isn't immediately tied to them getting money back.
And I don't know why everyone's talking about how it has to be part of the collective bargaining agreement. I don't even see why it would even have to do that.
Yeah.
The owner should be able to say, "Hey, charter flights," and that's it.
But they're part
If they
of,
wanted to do it
Yep.
tomorrow,
the
let-
ownership.
they should. The
Let
ownership
Stan,
should be able
let
to say,
Stan
"Hey,
Kroenke and Bob Kraft not pay for it, and let
Yeah.
AEG and Paulson, who owns Paulson, right? That owns Seattle, and he owns Portland.
yeah.
And it's the
Paulson-
Roth owns
Microsoft
Seattle.
guy that owns Seattle, right?
It's the movie guy Roth.
Oh, okay. So let those teams that are going to spend the money on that do it. I don't understand. I mean, if you want to be competitive, that makes a big difference in being competitive, and it would be
Adrian
interesting to
Hanauer.
see.
And Joe Roth.
It would be interesting to see if that actually did make a difference.
Oh yeah.
Which I imagine it might a little bit, but
Like LAFC, a different owner every week can charter the plane. That way they'll be covered for the entire fucking season. I mean, it's not a big burden on anybody.
Yeah.
Let me Ham do it one week, and
then
no
her
more.
husband,
No
yeah.
more can take it out of his allowance the next week. Magic Johnson, if he has any money left after.
Well, you know what? I actually heard that there's a lot of owners that are not there anymore. That they were there for the beginning,
For the initial
and then
investment.
took off.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
is,
I mean, none of
which
them
is weird to
seem
me.
a lot. I should say a lot of them don't really seem all that invested because initially it was
So
like
Vincent
20
Tan
it
is
was like
apparently
27.
gone. I don't think Tony Robbins is a part of it anymore.
Yeah,
Banana
like
Hands.
that level of, and he got sued a couple years ago or something, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, but that level of ownership where they was like, oh, you pay $1 million to get in. Like all those people kind of seem back out. But yeah, we're chartering. I think even exhausted, even tired, even injury ravaged. Like,
So what do you see for lineup then? Do you think they changed the lineup very much?
I think Felcher stays in. Felcher should stay in. Steris should start. Like as long as Giancarlo is only getting, I think the longest game he's had so far is 22, 23 minutes.
Are you willing to put him on the right?
No, I'd say Felcher's fine. I think he's okay. I mean,
I would be willing to put him on the right to try him out.
Well, that's
we
why
know
we keep subbing
know
him.
what we're getting. We know what we're getting out of Felcher. Not that he's been bad. He's actually been really pretty good, pretty
Mhm.
consistent. I would like to see Giancarlo play because we've made a big deal about not made a big deal, but it was kind of a big deal signing him. It took a long time. I'd like to get
It's
him
a
some
big
minutes.
deal.
Let's get him acclimated. He can come off.
But it's similar for me. It's similar to the Minnesota game. Like if you're going to start him, why start him away after 3 days? If you're going to start him,
that's why I thought he was going to play this last game.
if you're going to start
to
him,
give someone a rest.
you start him to
Yeah.
give Steris a rest, to give
Yeah.
probably Polenta a rest. But we've been subbing him in at right back.
Yeah.
Like that's every time he comes in, he's been, and most of the time it's because we keep losing people at right back. But all of his cover spots for substitutions are all shift right over to right back. Presumably that's where they see him.
Yeah.
But then it
Well,
kind of
I
makes
don't
the
think so.
Felcher thing
I think
happen.
that's just. I think it's just
Yeah.
been the case.
It's just a situation.
Each case, it's been okay. Let's put him in. Who can we get?
Because the
let's
place
not-
that makes sense
Yeah,
is
that's where-
eventually Steris'
right.
spot.
Right.
And that seems to be what GBS has done. I mean, you saw he sees Romney as a center back. That's why he put Triori in instead of
Romney.
Yeah,
Ed
better.
said something
So-
last time, and I kind of agree with him. I think the reason why Romney doesn't play left back is because he doesn't go forward. He's not a forward guy. So I think that is something.
Not as much.
That is something. Well, he can't really
And you
put
see
it
him.
across. I mean, he can go and get his head on
He
a
got-
ball though, and
he
that's
got
something big
4
for
assists.
defenders that GBS likes. He can score with his head. So that's
He's got a
something
good
that you
boot.
would imagine.
But I think he got either 2 or 4 assists last season, and it was all crosses. But to your point, he doesn't go as far forward as the
Right.
rest of them.
And he's not as comfortable doing
Yeah,
it.
and then you saw Traore, like that's his jam. If you watched him on G2, and I saw your tweet, it was like, hey, this is why you should go out to G2 games. This is why you should pay attention to G2 games. This is how you get the scoop on these guys. This is because they're
Yeah.
all there.
Yeah.
I mean, any person that regularly watches Galaxy 2 knew all about this guy.
And it's going to start to matter more now
Yeah.
with DTK here.
And you can understand not doing it last year, the year before, because we made the Bradford Jameson, Justin Dillon,
We had moved those
Jack
guys up
McBean.
already.
We had kind of
Yeah.
Villarreal, these people that were in between the two teams. That doesn't appear to be the case. Like
No.
8 games in, whatever it is, if you're on Galaxy 2 and you're performing, there is a path for you to success. But if you watch G2, you knew all about this guy, and he gets so far forward, and the level doesn't seem to matter because he played the exact same way for the first team that he played for the second team. And Romney doesn't give you that little extra element, and that's what you really got out of Traore. And he thrived, but on the right side, Felcher moves really, really high up. Araujo moved really, really high. Like they press because we play this high, wide press. I don't know Giancarlo's style. I don't know if that's how he necessarily played.
Well, if you watch his highlight reel, it's a lot similar to Polenta's highlight reel. They are guys who are very comfortable dribbling the ball up and taking on people and distributing, and they have nice long passes in their highlights. I think it's going to be very similar to Polenta in my opinion. I think maybe even a little bit better. But he also is a pretty intense defender. But
then if you're going to start him, then start him for Polenta. Like start him for Polenta. Let Polenta get a little rest.
Yeah, or Steres. I mean,
it's another week where we have 3 games in 8 days.
If we drop Steres for him, do you think that would hurt his confidence?
I think it might fuck him up.
Yeah, I think
that's my worry.
Yeah, I worry about that
because he's consistently playing so well.
I think if it's just part of squad rotation and it's made clear, hey, this is squad rotation, you're not losing your starting job.
Yeah. If you explain it to him that way.
They're telling you that to the person everyone thinks is taking your starting
job. Exactly.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's
that's true.
It's like, hey, don't worry, we're not replacing you, but we're replacing you with the guy we're replacing you with.
Yeah, but that's also, I would think that DTK has or not DTK, but GBS has that both. Built up.
A lot of letters.
Yeah, but he is a lot. Yeah, but he's got that built up.
Camaraderie and
gravitas.
Yeah, he's got that gravitas with the center back, with both center backs, that he could pull one of them out and interchange them, even put Romney in to start, But
if you're Steres, you got to be a little worried you're going to get Dave Romney.
Yeah.
Because from last season, Dave Romney was the one who should be playing.
Yeah, but if GBS goes up to you and says, hey, look, you know what? You're still my guy. You're still starting.
I agree with you. You can explain it in a way that doesn't hurt his confidence.
Yeah, because he has been straight with him. He's I'm sure from the time that they were looking at Gonzalez, GBS was telling Steres, hey, you know what? We're bringing someone else in. Do the best you can right now.
Plan.
Yeah. Because it seems like that's his style. He's not going to go out there and he's not going to blow smoke up your ass.
No.
He's going to tell you exactly what's
on his mind.
They're pretty blunt.
You're going to know.
And if you watch, and I know I say this every time I'm on this podcast, but if you watch that Boca documentary, he's very much like that. He's very straightforward.
Yeah, and so that's got to mean something to the player. So I think if he tells Steres that hey, it's just squad rotation, you're still the starter.
And you'll know in a week.
Yeah, exactly. But if Gonzalez comes in and just has a stellar game, I mean, then you know.
Yeah, but how much better does he have to be? Does Gonzalez have to score like a couple goals and not give up a goal?
That's actually a good point.
You know what I mean? Like Steres has been playing out of his mind.
It would have to be goal line clearances and breaking up through ball. It would have to be the perfect defensive game for you to come out of the end and go, well, he was so much drastically better than him.
Right.
He needs to be starting. Which is weird to advocate for Daniel Steres to have a first name, but he's first name on the team sheet.
It is crazy to me. I love the guy. I loved the guy before, but all last year I was like, man, we need to. This
Long Beach guy
sucks. He's been playing like shit, but this year he has been like night and day. It's night and day different.
It's the exact opposite, which is weird because Shelvik moves on to the left, and it's like, for the most part, pretty close to what you were last year.
He had a few good games in the beginning of the season, and then he started to really be shit.
But I mean, from last year, we were like, he was awful last year, and then you're like, all right, he's playing better, but I could still see him at any given moment, taking a shit. If Daniel Steres plays against New York and is directly responsible for 2 goals, something that wasn't out of the realm of possibility last season, if that happened, it would be the Twilight Zone because he's been incredible and consistent.
Yeah.
In the only one, as everyone's kind of coming in and out and injuries and whatever.
Polenta's had off games.
Directly responsible for goals.
Rolf hasn't been great in every game.
Directly responsible for goals.
Yeah.
Rolf has a couple bad games and some injury issues.
Yeah.
The only person who's like
the guy,
Daniel Steres.
Yeah, he's our rock.
You gotta love it, man. But again, GBS.
Yep.
GBS where you have Daniel Steres is incredible. Romney, at least has the ability, should be able to come in if necessary in a pinch. Polenta, shaky start, leveled out, now absolute rock solid. Felcher can at least give you a decent game. Araujo from Galaxy 2, people want him to start. People think he should be starting over the guy who has decent games. Didi Traore, a 20-year-old from a fucking tryout.
He's a trialist.
I mean,
it's crazy.
It's wild.
It's crazy. It really is. So midfield. Do you think we change anything to midfield? I'm kind of on the same tip. Like, don't fuck with
anything. Yeah, chemistry. The
because
whole team is chemistry.
it hasn't been said a lot, but a lot to do. I think a lot of what has to do with our defensive fortunes is Jonah. He should get as much credit as everybody else because he is playing lights. He is everywhere on the fucking field.
I asked this question. I talked about this on Twitter the other day. I was actually talking with Jason Davis about it.
Is that?
Hold on, let me pick that name up.
Fucking name drop.
Pick that name, put it right in this pocket. But what do you think about this? As an all-around total soccer player, Jonathan Dos Santos is the best center midfielder we've ever had. Center midfielder. As an overall soccer player, because Beckham couldn't defend to save his life.
Yeah.
Couldn't tackle to save his life. Hell of a pass.
Still forced his way to play center defensive mid.
He plays wherever he wants. Get him on the field. But
anyways,
Landon Donovan could defend, but wasn't as shut down.
And I wouldn't. Really,
you wouldn't expect.
I also wouldn't call him a central midfielder.
Exactly.
Landon, I wouldn't call him that.
But as for the Galaxy, Jonathan Dos Santos he's incredible. He's what you wanted out of Gio.
I'm trying to run down
Beckham is the main name that comes up.
Yeah, I mean nobody's talking about Joe Franchino.
Zero people are talking about Joe Franchino.
Cien
is attacking midfielder. You're not going to ask him to do a whole lot of defending. For the total complete player, the playing. I watch a lot of Ajax. For the total football, what you get out of Jonathan Dos Santos, I recall.
I can't think of any.
Not that I recall. It's even close.
Yeah.
No, the closest you could even probably come was like Junie's glory years.
Yeah, you could do Junie's glory years. But even defensively, defensively you point to Sarvas. Sarvas did most of that dirty work in the midfield. So looking at Junie, no disrespect to him, and as a defensive midfielder, when it was asked of him, because that got asked a lot with Beckham, he had to clean up a lot of the defensive errors and how things. But we're getting Sarvas in the live chat. Yeah, Sarvas is great. Attacking, was he as great?
He had a few goals, but I'm with you.
But creating chances going forward, that was more Junie's work. I mean, he's this mixture of Beckham and a Sarvas and a Juninho. This mixture of all these players that individually with these other separated pieces were great players. But if you could jam them all together, you get Jonathan, who's really, really good at a lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
You wish he would add a couple more goals to his game, but other than that,
I was just about to say, I wish he would score more. He scored for Mexico recently. He scored and got an assist in the I think
it was his first.
The last game he played.
I think it was his first goal for Mexico.
Really?
I think it was his first goal.
I didn't know that.
But it's like if he could add some goals to his game. I mean, he is.
If he could put a little Gio in him,
he's stellar.
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean,
I don't want to jinx it and ruin him for life.
I just completely. I mean, I know we joke about it, but I just completely forgot Steven Gerrard played in the midfield for us. I just thought about it. I was like, if he could. Well, I was thinking.
His name didn't come up. I didn't forget that he played, but his name didn't come up when I was running through midfielders that were during our glory years. About it.
I mean, I was thinking if he added a couple more goals to his game, he would be a very Steven Gerrard at Liverpool kind of player. In his earlier years, not in the later ones.
Yeah.
And then I was like, Steven Gerrard, oh shit, that's right. That dude.
Oh, shit.
that dude was here for us. I totally forgot about him.
That was his first goal for Mexico.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, imagine you've known me for a long time. Jonathan Dos Santos is so good. I like a Mexican soccer player.
Xenophobe.
Sure. Look,
no, I'm kidding.
This is my only problem.
I'm with you.
On Twitter and on the show, I've never said anything xenophobic. If you knew me in the Valley when we were teenagers, it might be different. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
you didn't, so shut your mouth.
Anything you had evidence for, I didn't say anything. I talk in a very specific way.
So do you mess with the midfield in this game? I don't. If they have a week off, they've got a week off, and they're traveling across country.
I still would prefer to see maybe Leggett bench just for injury concerns.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I thought they were going to bench Leggett in this last game just because he's played a lot.
He's played a lot of games.
He was injured not that long ago. But
just
he was our man of the match, by the way.
I saw. Should have been Traore. Should have been Traore.
I didn't. Like I said, I don't get to choose, but yeah.
It should have been. I mean, his first start. I mean, come on. Did you see the?
Some people said Antuna because he scored, but
sure. I mean, I think whoever makes the decision, if they think it was legit, then fine. To me, it seemed like a kind of short-sighted decision.
Yeah, I mean, it gets chosen in a very quick moment.
Sure.
We stopped. Oh, that's just for, to be
Pull the
completely
curtain
impartial, pull the curtain back. We stopped doing the voting because, one, I always did not want people to be on their phones after the 80th minute. You got to be in the
Doesn't
game.
help.
But also, too, because nobody would vote. So people stopped voting. So we just decided to choose it. Yeah, we just had to choose it anyway. So, yeah, I don't touch the midfield unless we take Leggett off. I'm kind of okay with them taking Leggett off. I just don't know. Do you put Joe Benny, is what we talked about last week. Do we put Joe Benny in that role? And then you put Carrasco or Juninho?
I think if you're going to keep playing the crosses, and we do, like this game we played a little more through the middle, but for the most part we're still this real cross heavy team. Drop Leggett off, leave Zlatan on an island by himself. Drop Juni in a D mid role. So we put Corona, who probably could use a game to kind of shake off these cobwebs. I'm hoping he's not getting exhausted. Because it's kind of the second this is kind of second whatever game in a row.
Yeah.
So, but let him get a little more freedom. Maybe playing a bad team, he can shake those cobwebs off, get back in. Drop Juni into D mid role. Corona next to Jonathan. Allow Jonathan to go forward a little more. If that doesn't work, you can shift Corona up into that spot and bring Juni level with Jonathan and kind of balance that out into 4-2-3-1. And then just see what kind of counterattack you can get. Maybe that's a game for Emma. We're playing some bad teams.
Nah. He's not a starter, man.
My only concern with starting Pontius is if he goes down, Zubak's the only guy to get a goal, and Zlatan's legs are going to be fucking heavy as hell this week.
So what you're saying is you don't want Zubak on the field.
I would love Ethan Zubak.
Is that what you're saying?
I would love 3 points more. 3 points is a little more important to me, and not that I don't have faith in the kid, but you know, it's his first cross country trip.
I would be interested what we look like without playing Zlatan. How different that's. Well, it's got to happen at some point. He can't play every single game. He just can't.
Well, you saw until right before he scored, he looked like a liability. His legs were heavy. He wasn't running.
In the Minnesota game, he gives up.
He just gives up.
55th minute. He's just like.
Do you remember what was it, Carlos Pavon?
Yes.
Anything after the 79th minute.
The
yeah, you want to go old school, but at 69th minute, I think it was. He was just done. Like he would run.
Oh yeah,
69th, 70th minute.
Yeah.
And it was like you don't have to run every fucking moment, dude.
So
like,
I said that on Twitter or Discord or something during the Minnesota game. Someone asked like, "Oh, why is he going after that ball? Zlatan going after that ball?" And it was like the first half, like the 30th minute. And it's like, well, he's obviously not going to get to that ball, so he's preserving himself. He's smart. He's a smart player. He's been around the block. He understands that he's 36 or 37. He understands that. He knows his limits, but I know for a fact he can't play every single game this year. He just can't.
Well, you're watching him right now. He's getting to the edge. It might be. Yes. I don't know how he plays 3 games in 8 days.
Yes,
like to that point. But that's where that's where I save Pontius so that when Zlatan hopefully gets.
So you don't think Pontius can play 2 games in a week?
I think he can. I'm worried about Zlatan being able to go 90 minutes, and then when you have to take Zlatan out, Pontius is already on the field. He's not fresher legs you can bring on, and Pontius played last week.
Yeah,
so if you play Emma, and you're playing Emma in a game, if you're playing the formation I want, you're playing Emma in a game where you're going to be launching the ball into his general direction anyway, which I'm not going to. Pontius much better in the air, but I'm not going to expect him to get onto the end of all of those. Boateng can kind of run himself into the ground. Once it's time for Zlatan to come off, he can come off for Pontius. Maybe we press a little higher then because we're a little more mobile. See what we can get out of it. That's if we're 0-0 with 10 minutes left, 11 minutes left.
Yeah.
It's a hard argument to tell Zlatan you got to get subbed off.
Yes,
but I would
like to see that happen.
By the Columbus game, he's going to be.
I mean, if some Chelsea goalkeeper can refuse to come off that I've never heard of, some guy I've never heard of can refuse to come off. I'd imagine Zlatan saw that and was like, "I could do that."
Yeah, which would be worrisome.
Yeah,
that might fuck the whole thing up though.
Yeah.
Hey, what about putting Araujo on the right wing? Like he went.
I've said that. Yeah,
he played there when Alessandrini, I think, or maybe it was Boateng. One of them got hurt.
Yeah,
and for the last 15 minutes of the game, and he ended the game on the right wing.
He's going to play up anyway.
Yeah.
Is Araujo healthy? Do we know?
Well, he was.
Right,
quote,
he was said it was
fine.
okay to play for the RSL game, but he didn't. So, and he wasn't even in the 18.
Well, the first team was back. First team guy was back.
Yeah,
Giancarlo is on the bench.
You don't need to play.
You don't need to play.
Yeah,
it's not something that you have to push
on.
on.
So not a whole lot of changes. What you think? You would personally
I like the idea.
Sub Pontius off,
I would be surprised
so
if we
that
don't
he could
see
come on for Zlatan.
Yeah.
That's what I would.
Yeah.
That's what I would prefer. It may not be the thing that happens.
What if we don't play Zlatan against Columbus?
I could see that.
Well, he's definitely going to play the New York game,
Right.
Because it's
New York.
It's New York.
Yeah. What if he gets the Columbus game off?
Do we really need him? The Columbus?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's kind of.
But to that
kinda,
argument, do you
know,
need him against New York?
I mean, no, you really. I mean,
But it's
maybe
the big.
maybe that's what they know. Maybe they know that Zlatan's not playing. That's why they
Yeah.
have, that's why we have such a big
that's
underdog.
about the only thing that makes sense. 'Cause, yeah.
Yeah, so not a whole lot of changes then.
I don't think there will be.
Yeah.
You know, there's probably a few I would make. I just don't think it's going to happen.
I'll be surprised if you don't see Araujo on the wing at some point in these two games.
Remember when they pushed Mike Randolph up? Well, I think he started as a winger and ended up dropping him back, or vice versa, because he couldn't really defend. He ran really fast and could poorly cross the ball.
He was kind of proto Ema, is what he was really.
Yeah.
Mike Randolph?
That's racist.
Is it Mike Randolph a central mid?
No, Mike Randolph.
Mike Randolph was he was like a left back.
Mike motherfucking Randolph.
But again, he was so far up all the time.
Yeah.
You could be like,
Huh.
he's a little
All
forward.
right.
But yeah, he was outside back. Not great.
Predictions.
Not a great talent. Who goes first? I have to go first. I have to go
You have
first
to go
because you guys were.
Yeah, because I was correct.
Yes, because Andrew's first correct pick this year came from me.
Hey, you don't have to be first. You just have to be loudest.
I mean,
That was what we were talking about before the show, Andrew.
I mean, you know, when you steal my shine, you know, that's what it looks like.
I am tempted to say we win. I mean, we should win.
We should win.
We should win. We should easily win. They are not good, but we are exhausted. We are so tired.
We got a full week off, man.
Yeah.
But
It's right
still,
before.
there's still a lot of games truncated.
It's a lot of games. But I'm still going to give us. I can't. This is my thing. I can't see Zlatan showing up to New York and not putting on a show. Like that's what's hard for me to kind of get my head around.
Although the only decent thing in New York is their defense.
Yeah. As Anthony pointed out in the email.
Yeah. But it's the big man.
Yeah, they still gave up 4 goals to San Jose, so
the Galaxy should win, what, 7, 8, 9 of them?
12.
You think it should be, yeah.
I will take
Triple hat trick, Zlatan?
Yeah.
I will
Triple hat trick.
I will take 3-1 Galaxy.
All right.
Wow, that's a big number.
And I will go with the Zlatan hat trick before he gets subbed off.
Wow. Zlatan hat trick, and he gets subbed off.
And he gets subbed off.
It's a big call.
Yeah. I can't.
Hopefully no one tells him that he's actually going to be in New Jersey.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He's going to treat it like the WWF. It doesn't matter where you are around New York, it's all New York.
That's actually why he's not going to show up. He found out it is Jersey.
Yeah.
He's like, I ain't going.
I'm going to go pee while you guys.
Nobody knows. He actually doesn't know like what Jersey is. He takes a train and is like, what the fuck? Honestly, if you take the train, I know this is kind of a tangent. You take the train from New York, as I did recently when I went to New York like 2 years ago or a year ago. I went to Princeton to go see somebody. I took the train, like, it takes like 10 minutes once you're on that train to see New Jersey, like, and it's just fucking bombed out. It looks like a fucking war zone. It's so awful. All these abandoned buildings with holes that are crumbling. It's terrible.
If they were to actually show an aerial shot of Harrison and around the stadium, it's a swamp basically.
Oh, fuck. That's awful. Yeah. Camden's supposed to be a terrible place, too. All these places. Yeah. Why does New Jersey even... Why do we... Come on.
Unless you're a mobster living in the nice neighborhoods, New Jersey sucks.
So who goes first? Do I go take my prediction first?
You got to go first because you have, like... Thanks to me, you have 2 points on the year, so...
No, I have more than that. I got a correct, just the wrong scoreline. I can't remember what game. So I think I'm 3 points. All right. So...
You're welcome for that, by the way. You did never thank me properly.
You stole my answer, bro. I don't know what to tell you. I clearly said it on the podcast first.
Yes.
And then you gave yours to Ed. So I don't know how. I mean, the evidence is in my favor. I also believe they're going to win. But I don't think they score that many goals.
Okay.
I'm going to go 2-0, 2-0. And we got goals from.
Clean sheet.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not scoring. I got that from Anthony's email.
They're not great.
That they're not scoring, so I'm gonna go with that. and we've been pretty good. We gave a goal to RSL, but we probably shouldn't have, right?
Yeah.
You said that goal was kind of a cheap goal, right? Cheap. So I'm gonna go 2-0, and I'm gonna say goals from Gio Hattrick.
You always want to call it.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna say goals from Leggett and Zlatan.
Jet and Zlatan. All right.
I'm torn, man.
Like Natalie and
oh
Maria.
my God, you beat me to it.
This is what happens when you've been friends for 2 decades, sir. I'm already torn.
So
Can you play a song? Play a song, Ben. Play it.
That's the outro
we
song.
can't play. We can't play a song.
What are you talking
I
about?
can play the song.
We can't play it, or you're not going to play it. Those are 2 different things.
A little bit of both.
I'm going to play it on my laptop. Fuck, Ben.
I feel like we're gonna win. I do. I feel like we're gonna win, but I hate going against the bookies like that, man.
Yeah.
I mean, when the numbers are that overwhelming.
No, I'm with you.
They're wrong.
They know something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you see that all the time. Like college football will be like, why is the line that much? Or you know what I mean?
Yep.
They obviously know something, and it usually pans out in their favor. House usually wins.
So if I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna go down saying the Galaxy are gonna win.
Yeah.
You should have never given him the idea to play
I know.
to play his laptop.
I think
What are the odds for a tie?
the tie is actually the biggest long
That's gonna
shot.
be
It's
so
like
fast.
It's the
three-
biggest
yeah.
long shot? That's really weird.
I know.
So they really think New York's winning.
Yeah. It's
Maybe
crazy.
it has to do with recent form there.
They're wrong.
I
Dude,
can't remember.
still
I can't remember the
I mean,
last time we won
like,
there.
Like recent form is still a win, loss, and a draw. Before that it was 3 losses.
When's the last time we won there?
It's been a
Away to New
long
York?
time since we won.
See,
in
that's
New
what I'm
York.
saying. So maybe there's something there, but that's also a weird thing to hang your hat on as a bookie.
Yeah, I can see this
We
going
won
0-0.
away to
I
New
really
York.
can. I can see this going another 0-0 road draw. I really can.
5/13/2017. We beat New York 3-1, and we got
Wow,
a
that
red
was
card. I want to say it was
terrible year.
Ashley Cole.
It was a terrible year too.
I actually
It's
called
tough,
red
that
card. That
game.
was in New England, I think. Shit. Yeah, I think I might go
Bradley
0-0.
Diallo.
That kind of.
There's a human
It's
being.
either
I
got a
forgot about.
0-0 or a 1-0 feel to it. So I'll go Galaxy win 1-0 Zlatan. That's
Fucker's gonna be right.
Yeah,
That's how it happens.
It-
That's how it
I
happened
mean,
last year.
But with what the line is in the game, I kind of want to agree with you.
Yeah.
I want to agree with you a lot.
We're trying to talk this dude in bed in his house in this game. Come on.
Yeah.
3-1, Ben.
Do we got a FIFA update?
Yes,
we
we
do, but
do.
before we do that, we have a slice of bacon for this week.
Oh,
nice.
A little bit, yeah. Jamie Bacon looking at a friend of the show, Jamie Bacon, JME at JME Bacon at JME Bacon 21, I think, on Twitter. Should have looked this up first. JME Marie Bacon on
yeah,
Twitter.
I was gonna say it's Marie somewhere in there.
What her PSN name is
Yeah.
JM Bacon 21, I think.
Also, let me just shout out real quick.
yes, sir.
If you are in the Squadcast FIFA League
Mhm.
and you know that you can change your PSN name now,
Yes.
everybody should just change their PSN name to their
To whatever the
Twitter
Twitter.
name.
It would
Yeah.
be infinitely.
Let's
It
go.
would. It makes my life easier.
Anyways, but let's go back to Jamie.
At JME Marie Bacon or JM Bacon 21 on PSN if you want to get your bell rung on some FIFA. She does a little segment for us every week called A Slice of Bacon, where she takes a look at all the other teams around the league and how their matches would potentially affect us. We're going to do, just like last week, we're going to do a shorter blurb for the podcast, and then you can go to riotSquadcast.com under words, because, we're wordsy guys. Under words, there's a Slice
Long
of Bacon,
form.
and it's her long form. She delves into a little bit more, takes her time. So, and I'm going to do my best to not paraphrase this week. I'm just going to read straight through. It's only fair. Avengers came out this week. It's a big week for the ladies, Andrew. I don't know if you know this. Yeah,
I saw some spoilers.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No, I don't care. My
Well, there's
roommate,
nothing like crazy.
I told him that I saw some spoilers, so then he decided to go scene for scene of everything that happens in the movie.
Well, there's a one particular girl power shot.
I saw that.
It's a big week for women. I
Like
don't want to
shoving it down your throat.
Yeah. They got Andrew. They got the vote. They can drive cars now.
They got the vote.
Women's suffrage. It's a big deal. Anyway,
Yeah,
Jamie,
let's,
I'm sorry.
let's stop. Yeah, it's going down the wrong path.
Yeah, this only gets worse.
Yeah,
But,
we're going to lose sponsors.
right? Oh no, Martin. The Galaxy. He's the one. The Galaxy finished the weekend in second place, just 1 point behind LAFC, still with a game in hand. With the events of last week, it leaves these teams securely in the first and second spot in the West. The only two games that can change is the one and who is two? What? The only two games that can change. Basically, the only two games that can affect anything is the Galaxy.
I'm not going to paraphrase.
Yeah.
Immediately paraphrase.
You want to read this line?
Yeah, let's do it.
Here, I'm going to highlight for you. Why isn't it fucking doing that? There you go. Read that one.
Yeah, there's no highlight.
Did
I'll
it
just
go
read
away?
it. I'm going to read the whole
Go
thing.
for it.
The Galaxy finished the weekend in second place, just 1 point behind LAFC, still with a game in hand.
Read it word for word.
With the events of the last week, it leaves these teams securely in the first and second spot in the West. So it leaves LAFC and LA Galaxy the first and second spot of the West.
So far, so good.
The only two games that can change who is one and who is two are the Galaxy at Red Bull and Chicago at LAFC. Red Bull won their last home game, but still only have 8 points. Meanwhile, Chicago has yet to win on the road this season, sitting outside the top 7 with just 9 points. Both games should be manageable for the respective LA teams.
Yeah.
You got that?
Yeah, she has an English degree.
You're welcome, Jamie.
She has an English degree, so
yeah,
she probably wasn't wrong.
No, she definitely wasn't.
But we have the long form for that. It's going up on the website. It should be up by unless you're listening to the live show, it'll be up by the time you have this. So, now on to FIFA.
Yeah, now on to FIFA. Real quick shout out. I don't know if Jason Poi Sushi is doing this, but I just want to personally give a shout out to Decline Bear Squad.
We apologize. We apologize for your earbuds.
Yeah, if you're listening to headphones, I'm sorry.
Lord forbid this is in your car.
He just won the Season 4 Squadcast FIFA Championship. Wow. Let's go.
You know, we asked that guy to do a write-up for a reason.
Let's go. I just wanted to give him a shout out. Can I just give him a shout out? He didn't even watch it. I watched it. You wanted to? Yeah, it was
so
get the fuck out of here. Let's go. All right, Jason. I'm sorry if I ran under your parade, but I just wanted to give a shout out, personal shout out. Okay.
Beautiful. So we have Squadcast FIFA Times.
Yes.
He's getting his own site on the page as well, and he's going to give us a weekly rundown, kind of a Kevin Baxter-esque look at this week in the Squadcast FIFA League. Although apparently, you saw he made a Squadcast Baxter Twitter page.
Yeah, it got taken down,
and it got taken down.
And
which, like, why? How would Twitter?
Entirely sure how.
How would Twitter even know that someone made a Kevin Baxter parody FIFA account?
Yeah,
like, why would they pay?
And there's like,
they don't know who Kevin Baxter is.
There's like 2 other Kevin Baxter parody accounts.
LAFC, but for somehow, at least the LAFC one, that one was left.
It's okay,
no problem whatsoever.
I don't know.
Squadcast FIFA one, apparently it got
Twitter is leaning against the.
I don't know how they would even find out about it. It doesn't. I mean,
they know
algorithms.
They know all our names.
It's algorithms. Yeah. That's the way they build their mysterious. It's like God. No one really understands.
So R.I.P.
At Squadcast Baxter. Keep your eyes out for Squadcast Paul Tenorio. I'm sure it's coming soon.
He needs the text messages to confirm Baxter's stories. So.
We just got to get that Baxter account unlocked. So Jason writes, we'll call him at Squadcast Baxter. Hey, remember Season 4? Well, we are officially done. Finally had the final for Season 4 today. It was actually a good game. I got to watch it as well.
Me too.
So Season 4 is finally done, and your new champion of the world is the beautiful and gorgeous David Klein. He's a stunning man.
He is. He's a stud. He's a stud muffin for sure.
Yeah. Beefcake.
Yeah.
Raw, grade A, American, USDA.
I met him at the game.
Beautiful man.
We had a picture. It was cool.
I try not to get too close to him, because then I look uglier by comparison, and I'm like, I got enough issues to deal with. So you try, you don't want to.
I'm beyond that point.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
His Liverpool squad consisting of Jordan Henderson, don't know why he's named first, Simone Mignolet, and Dijon Lovren, and others. Those are the fucking players he names. And other
I think
dudes,
it's a joke. I'm assuming that's a joke.
Who didn't matter. Fucking wrecked Jer Bear's ass. Wow. Yeah, that's right. Fuck the B gang.
Hell yeah.
Bear squad reigns supreme. Bitch ass bees can't fuck with these bare hands, bro. What does this mean?
Officially my favorite writer.
Nothing can stop us. It's
I'm all the way up.
Mm-hmm. We are Iron Man, bro. I don't know if you saw that movie, man.
No spoilers, okay?
We are out of the cone of fucking silence.
I already know.
Arya Stark up in this bitch. coming in with the clutch. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Why is there a cone of silence for movies, but there's not a cone of silence for TV shows?
I think there is a cone of silence for TV shows.
But I open up Twitter and it's immediate. Like it's.
Well, I saw spoilers before Endgame was even allowed to be played here.
But isn't that? But like there seems to be an expectation that if a movie comes out on Friday, no one is supposed to publicly talk about it until that Monday. But on television shows, Game of Thrones is like getting live tweeted. And no one's like, what the fuck are you doing? I didn't get a chance to watch it. Like, there seems to be an expectation for the movies, but not for the TV shows.
So I think part of that is because of the way TV used to be before TiVo and DVR.
Mm-hmm.
You had to watch, something that you had to watch as it was happening. So
like the destination
that
television.
may make sense.
I always assumed it was like because you pay for it. You know what I mean? Like because you're expected to pay to go to the theater.
You pay for TV.
I haven't paid for TV in like 9 years.
Well, yeah, but Moochcast, so
yeah. I do everything on the internet.
I know. I don't know. I didn't know that there was a written agreement that was the Monday after it comes out.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense to me, but I didn't know that was a thing.
I don't know why.
Yeah, that's weird.
But anyway, I stopped reading this fucking thing.
Yeah.
I at this point, I'm just stretching the show out so Ed gets mad. We fuck shit up and save the world in one night, bro. We that bitch. It's like Beyonce. Anyways, the final was played today, which fucked me over, but that's okay. Not like I'm bitter about it or anything. Anyways, Andrew was right about Jer Bear. He is the New England Revolution of this league.
Let's go.
With
Buffalo
DTK,
Bills. He's our very own Buffalo Bills.
This is his that's so mean. This is his second finals victory, previously winning the Squadcast World Cup almost a year ago. We've been doing this for a year.
No, the World Cup was not a year ago. Oh, fuck.
For Squadcast, I think it was a year ago.
The World Cup was almost a year ago.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man, that makes me feel not
great.
good about it.
We're only 3 years away from the next World Cup. Let's go.
True, yeah. That's true.
Congrats again to David Klein. This week in Riot Squadcast FIFA, the season has just begun. What the fuck do you want from me? I got nothing. Zero. Nada. All I know is that Jer Bear already dropped points. And then why is this just fucking picking on this dude? All I know is that Jer Bear already dropped points.
He dropped points to Jason.
And there are still 7 people who have not paid their fees. I'm one. I got to send it today. If you have not paid your fees and need help doing so, DM Poi Sushi, at Samoa Bob, at Vegan Gamer 12, or at HUGI_NHO. It's Hugo's Twitter account. And they will help you with that payment process. Other than that, there is nothing much going on. D2 is dominated by Laren Jr. off the bat with a perfect record so far, and in D1, Nico is leading the pack of Conference 1, while Conference 2 has barely played any games. I played my first one today. So
wait, Laren Jr.'s in D2?
Is in D1. It's a perfect record in D1. But Nico is leading the pack in Conference 1. I don't know how that works. No, D2 is dominated by Laren Jr., yeah.
So he's the Japanese?
He's in the promotion league.
Oh, okay.
Because he dropped out for a year. So if you drop out, you come back.
Oh, I see. I got it.
It's like this is getting rules now. I like it. It's order. We used to do fantasy football when we lived in the Valley, and we had like promotion and relegation. So if you finished in the championship spots, the like worst fantasy football players, you got dropped down because we had so many people who wanted to play.
And if you're in the final the year before, we got up to 3 at one point.
The people who make the first and last place, who make it to the Super Bowl, basically of their fantasy league for the bottom division, get an automatic promotion, and the third and fourth place for the big game, that winner gets promoted. So it became like, and there was big money on the line, so it became like a thing. Sorry to say so quickly I got distracted.
It's all good.
Remember that
I don't mind.
Yeah, it's all good because we're here forever, Ed. Remember that weeks 1 through 5 are open now, so you guys can get your games. So can you guys get your games in? I don't want another season 3 where nobody played for like a month. That was terrible. Games are due by next Tuesday, so get them in. Power rankings. Since the season has just begun and not many games have been played, there will be no power rankings this week until all players have played at minimum.
I'd say give it
3
weeks.
Yeah, we'll give it some time.
Yeah, so if this week and then next week, and then say we start power rankings 2 weeks from now, basically.
But what we can do in the place of power rankings, let's talk about your team. What do you think about it? Who do you got?
So I got Fluminense, or Flu. They call themselves Flu, tricolor. I'm a fan. It's cool to read up on their history and stuff. Mm-hmm. But when I started with them, I was in D1 and I had 4 games left
for the online.
Seasons. So I was in seasons. I was in the top division, and I had 4 games left, and I had to win 2 of them to stay up. And I immediately lost 3. And then I went to Division 2, and I barely stayed in once, and then I got relegated again to Division 3. And this is that's 2 relegations. I had only been relegated 3 times in all my seasons playing.
Wow.
And so that was pretty disappointing. I was like, fuck, I stopped playing with them, and then I started tinkering around I don't want to give away too much, but I'm
Sure.
going
It's
back.
all tactics, man.
I'm going back to old Lazio tactics.
Okay.
And
you were
and
good with
that's-
Lazio.
and that's been pretty successful. I'm almost back up to D1 again.
Okay. I haven't lost a game online with San Lorenzo, and they're not great. Like stats wise, I think they're a little under the Galaxy or right around where the Galaxy is. I've not lost a single game online with them. I played LAFC today.
Oh, I saw that.
I played so you just random it and they find teams around your star ranking, and so I randomed in and I was actually getting ready to turn the game off and I was like, I'll do one more. So I played one more and I ran them through and LAFC pops up and I was like, I pulled my chair out. I'm like,
I
let me
got
get
real
my back
serious,
straight.
turn
Fuck
everything
this.
else
Yeah,
off, no
everybody,
distractions.
Oh, headphones came on.
Yeah.
I got into it. I give up an early goal. Carlos Vela, about what you'd imagine. Kind of got a little dejected. Started slide tackling some guys trying to hurt people. Didn't really work out. What happens? Boom! My boy, my heart. Nicholas Blandi, it's the number 9 for San Lorenzo. Bang! Right in his face. One equal game. 1-1. What happens, Ben? 93rd minute, off a header. 2-1. San Lorenzo wins. LAFC loses.
That's on theme for LAFC.
And so what I do, I clicked on, because you can do view player list and basically see the guy's name, and I pulled out the PlayStation app where you can send messages, and I was like, early goal, equalize, late winner, right on theme, never change.
Did you say suck a dick, Brian?
Like, I know this is you, bitch.
Fuck you, Brian. Suck a dick.
I'm loving San Lorenzo. The Santo Ciclone. That's one of the nicknames for them. The Azul Grana. I don't know if I can't do the
about right.
R thing yet.
Grana.
Oh, very nice.
But that's probably just Grana.
But I'm learning a lot about them. You can see I found a jersey on eBay for about $20. I've seen a couple of people playing this season and basically bought their team's jerseys. You can find them relatively cheap online.
One problem I do have is that they have 2 kits, right? They have one white kit, and it actually looks like a T-shirt on FIFA, which is kind of upsetting.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like a plain white T-shirt with a sponsor on it. And then the other kit is with their 3 colors. It's like red, green, and...
Oh, I see it.
Right? But when you play online, if you play with the red, green, the tricolor shirt,
Mm-hmm.
and you play against a team, because they always match you up against a team that's wearing white, it's hard to tell because it blends and kind of looks white,
so well.
and it sucks. So I always have to play with the shitty away jersey. Yeah.
See, it would have been great if you had last year's. Look at that one.
Yeah, see, they're thinner. They're thinner in this year.
Yeah, it's
they're
like
thinner
that, right?
lines. Yeah, no. It's like that one that you have pulled up, but the lines themselves are thinner. There's more of them,
Oh, okay.
and so it blends. It looks
Great radio, guys.
It doesn't look good.
Well, I
But
can see it.
yeah, I mean, you can look
Fuck
up
them.
their jersey. You know,
Fuck you guys.
yeah. Listen, Ben, this is our show now. All right.
You're out of here, Ed. Oh, this whole thing's been like a audition for Andrew taking Ed's spot.
No, don't say that. People will get mad. Although somebody was like at the tailgate was like, "Oh man, I'm so glad you're a host now." I'm like, "Oh, I'm not a host." They're like, "You've been on every show." I don't worry, I'm not a host.
He's like, I stand in when things get bad.
Yeah.
When some fucking calamity shows up. But yeah, so I'm digging it.
Yeah.
It's great. I love playing with
I
them.
can't believe we've been playing for a year because of the World Cup. We had
wild,
2
man.
seasons before that.
We do, yeah.
So we've been over a year now that we've been playing.
Crazy. And
This
this
is
just
getting-
happened because I was like, I want to play more people with FIFA, and then Hugo like took it and just
Yeah.
went crazy with
I
it.
want to talk to a Excel or a spreadsheet person to see if we can't get the spreadsheet to automatically populate the
Website?
games. Yeah,
Uh,
because I've been updating, and I can understand why it's kind of.
Takes
I've
a
been
long
updating.
time.
It does take a little while.
That's why we had to
and
stop.
you got to figure out. I had to figure out a process, so I would constantly go back down and look at the scores and look at the
just to make sure it's right.
right. So I got to figure out a process to do it. I just the names and then
And
whatever.
if you have that ability and you want to help the show, like if that's something, it's in your wheelhouse.
Conference 1, you're all updated as long as everyone know that.
In Conference 2, none of us are playing, so you're probably fine, or you're not. It's cool, man.
I've played 2 games. They're not updated, so
We try not to hassle people in Conference
Yeah.
2, man. It's a relaxed environment. down there. Yeah. We try not to get too worried.
I need to get back in the more competitive conference. I don't know why I was placed with Chris and all the other flugies.
Are we in the same
Please,
conference?
yeah.
I haven't even looked.
Yeah.
I played one game. I was like, I'm good. Oh, I can't wait to play you then.
And
I
we're
get to play you early.
And we're in a conference with Pachuca.
I'm gonna score 1,000 goals. You know it.
Yeah, I'm actually excited to play
I'm
you
score
again.
like 600 fucking goals. It sucked last year. Like I had Newcastle United. We never got to play.
The last 2 seasons we haven't got to play.
That's right.
Because you've been in the other conference. You've been on conference away from me.
But I'm genuinely enjoying. Like I follow San Lorenzo online now.
God's team.
They've lost literally God's team. It's Pope. What's his name? Pope Francis.
Yeah,
Pope Francis'
sure,
team.
yeah.
The Pope, that guy. It's his team, but it's. I started
Ben?
following it every
He's
time.
Our Catholic.
You should
our
know.
Catholic
You're
expert.
resident.
What is he?
Yes, it is Pope Francis.
Pope Francis.
Yes.
The what? Do you know?
No, it's just Pope Francis. It's not that he doesn't have a number after him. He's the first Pope Francis.
He's not John Paul II.
No.
That's just, there's been 2 John Pauls. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, you're right. He's just Pope Francis.
The first John Paul only lived like
Benedict
60
the
days.
Sixth.
The 16th.
Benedict was the 16th. Yeah.
16th was the crazy one, or the
He was the Nazi one, right? We're not
No.
supposed to say that.
no.
Was he?
Which Benedict was it that was? Oh fuck, it was bad. No,
Arnold.
no.
What do you mean? The guy who resigned?
Joseph
Yes.
Aloysius Ratzinger was this dude's real
Joseph
name.
Ratzinger. Yeah.
That sounds like someone at the fucking Nuremberg trials. What did he know? What did he know, and when did he know it?
Well, he's South American, so
Why didn't
No,
you
no, no.
help?
Pope
No,
Francis is South American. His
Oh,
name's
who are-
Bergoglio.
that's Joseph Ratzinger was the fucking.
That
last
Oh,
dude.
he was
Benedict
Polish?
the 16th.
Oh,
No,
fucking
John Paul II was Polish.
John Paul
that
II.
was
Kraut.
Witola.
So this has been
100%.
Catholic talk on the Squadcast.
Apparently, Chris has inappropriate thoughts about German people, just the old ones, because he knew
Yeah,
he
just the
knew
old
something. He had to have known someone or something, right? He's 92.
I don't know what he knew. What he did. He was Pope. I know. He was Pope, and he is a
If you were on
Catholic
trial,
scholar.
you would be guilty right now.
I don't know what happened.
The guy,
I
the
show
guy,
up. I knock on. I open the door, and she's dead. What do you want me to do?
I would,
do what you
I
gotta
would
do.
say I doubt it. The guy was pretty renowned as a bookworm, so I doubt he did anything.
Oh, he just kept the numbers, huh?
Could be.
Tracked the people.
Jesus.
Why didn't he help? That's all I'm saying.
All right.
The dude's Wikipedia starts in 1951, right after a major event.
Well, 6 years.
Yeah, it's kind of 6 years after.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a lot of time.
All right, I'm just saying.
Do we have anything else?
Anything else?
I think that's it.
Want to talk about popes tomorrow?
I mean, I'm always fucking down to talk about popes.
Who was the first pope to call a crusade? Was that Urban II? Boom. Knowledge
that.
dropping. I know about stuff. I know things. I drink and I know things. Oh,
Let's talk
I'm
about Game
so
of Thrones.
cool.
Pope
So,
Urban II orders first crusade on November 27th, 1095.
Come at me with some history. Let's do a history podcast, guys.
I'm fucking. Well, I would need your brother for that.
I know. I
Well, no, and
I
like,
know more
in
about
lieu of
history
me.
than he does. Fuck that guy.
Andrew, where can they find you?
You can't. I don't have an internet presence.
At Samoa
Don't
Bob.
follow me.
Thank you.
It's at Matt the Samoan. At Matt the Samoan.
Terrible.
So you can follow me at DT Radio Ben. If you are a Patreon member, please make sure you email us your shirt size. We need shirt sizes.
Wait, stop the music. Stop the music. We legit got like 6 questions when you posted it.
Yeah,
like an
what the
hour
fuck,
ago.
man?
dude.
Lightning round.
Lightning
Dude,
round
no,
right
no,
now.
the show's,
Yes,
dude,
we are.
The show's over.
We're doing a
Ben,
lightning
Ben,
round right now.
Freaking-
Ben,
People,
lightning round.
people
We got-
put
no,
in the
no,
time.
no, look.
People put in the time.
Look, we're not
to
doing-
type
we're-
up questions.
We're not doing a Patreon
Yeah.
show tonight. Let's do a lightning round. Let's do it proper.
We're doing both.
And look, Ed's gone. I don't need second Ed in my life. You're already second Gilbert.
For all the people that want this, you're welcome. This would not
That's
have happened
good.
if I
Let's
didn't
do
say it.
Thank you. I totally forgot about that. It felt weird. It felt like we missed something.
I knew there was something we
Hold
didn't
on.
do.
Pew, pew, pew.
Pew, 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 pew.
Ben's so mad.
Yeah,
This
he
fucking
is. So bad.
No, I'm actually looking to see which window I got Twitter open.
It's
on.
11. It's 11:45. I'm like, let's
Yeah.
do this another 20 minutes. Let's go.
serious.
All right, so Ed Rodriguez, he
Why are you guys still recording?
Yeah.
I told
he
you.
said he
Hour and a half.
he said he says with DTK and GBS saying attacking reinforcements are going to be signed before the window closes. Who are we bringing in, a midfielder or a forward?
Forward. 100%.
Yeah, it's
Gotta
gotta be.
Bang on. If it's not a forward, your forwards are, again, as much as I personally like them, Ethan Zubak, Chris Pontius, Emma Boateng. Those aren't 3 guys that should instill a ton of trust in you.
And Emma's not
A
a
faith
Emma's
in
not
you.
a
And he's
forward.
not an out-and-out
He's
forward,
not
but
a-
he's
he's just not a
he hasn't
forward.
covered forward in a long time. But he doesn't finish like a forward. He definitely crosses like a forward. But those aren't 3 guys that you're going to feel all too comfortable leading your line in the event your 37 and a half year old forward goes down.
Yeah.
Who's already has, I mean, you're seeing what happens because we don't have a forward. you have to keep playing this guy who looks exhausted.
But what we do need is not just a forward winger.
Second striker.
We need a guy who can play both. We need a Landon Donovan.
Yeah, well, I mean, don't we all? So yeah, it's got to be a forward.
We need a Pato. Fuck, I'm so sad when he.
So
when he signed.
Madam Serrano says that
You always read Madam Serrano questions.
Alessandrini is out, and João Pedro's loan is up this month. Do we bring João Pedro back and push Leggett to the wing?
Fuck
No, because we don't. Well, we don't need another midfielder. Even if we push Leggett to the wing, we're good on midfield. I think we're set.
João Pedro is on loan to make us compliant and make all the money make sense. That's it.
Yeah,
We can't get out of the deal because he's never gonna agree to
and
cancel it.
and we have an extra international spot, right? But
Yeah, we have one left
why would we use it on him?
on João Pedro. Yeah, this makes sense.
Poise Sushi wants to know if there's a time limit to the show.
Nope.
Never.
Not
3
when-
hours.
Not when Ed's not here.
We're going 3 hours and 3 minutes. We're fucking longer than the Avengers. Suck my dick, Tony Stark.
I'm sure he's like putting off homework right now. He's hating life. Like, just end it. Just end the show, guys. I need to finish
Oh,
this.
I love-
Mario wants to know, it's not Galaxy related, but if you could combine two national teams outside of UEFA and CONMEBOL.
CONMEBOL?
Yeah, it's
CONMEBOL.
fucking midnight. Shut up. Which
said
two do you
shrink.
think could combine to challenge for a World Cup?
If we,
So we're not allowed to pick teams from UEFA
From
or CONMEBOL.
UEFA or CONMEBOL. Yeah.
CONMEBOL.
Yeah, CONMEBOL.
which is South
CONMEBOL.
America.
No, I know. I can't understand why he
Can
can't
you tell me
pronounce
what
it.
it? Can you tell me what it stands?
CONMEBOL.
You can't imagine. I can't pronounce something, fucker.
CONMEBOL.
No, but you have trouble pronouncing every other damn thing.
Oh, psh.
Yeah.
So, wait. So, to win a World Cup?
You're not allowed to pick
Yeah.
UEFA. You're not allowed to pick CONMEBOL. And they have to compete for a World Cup. Is that right?
Yes.
Um,
Combining.
well,
two,
no place outside of those two regions are going to win a World Cup anytime soon.
if you could combine two teams, two national teams to make one.
Oh, that's a convoluted question.
Like if you were to combine
So,
the U.S. and Mexico,
Yeah, I was,
they
just,
can be
calm down.
I was just about to say, if we were going to combine Australia and the U.S.,
Yeah.
we would make a
Switzerland.
super team.
Switzerland and the Ivory
A
Coast.
super team of
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
who
what
play
about
in championship.
Switzerland
and-
is in Europe.
That was in the UEFA, you're right. Bro, I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's a. I don't.
I'm
I'd have to
choosing
think
wherever
about that.
Aquaman is from.
I'd have to think about that.
Wakanda. Just Wakanda by itself. Wakanda in America. Let's stop the imperialism. Let's get everybody on the same page. Fucking win a World Cup. Go. Next. Boom. Done.
Roasted.
Pew, pew. That's it. That's not it. One person was like, is this spring semester ever ending? No, it goes on forever. Math never fucking ends.
Not on this Twitter thread.
Oh, man.
You wanna...
Be quicker. What about emails? You get an email?
It's like, what show prep?
We did get an email as someone wanted to know. It was another spam email that was actually pretty good this time.
We get the best.
It was
We
a
do get the
spam
best.
email?
We do get the
Fucking
best
spam
spam
emails,
emails.
Oh, okay.
Where
I
they're
thought
just
you-
like,
I thought
hey.
you're calling a listener's email spam.
It's like, hey,
Or is
I
that
was-
what you're saying?
No. It's like, hey, we were looking over your website, and here's a way we think you can maximize on followers. And like my initial reaction naturally is to scream at the computer until it goes away. But sometimes we read them, and that's it. We should go home. You want to go home, Ben?
Yeah.
You're all good.
All right,
good?
play that music.
Are you good?
Yeah,
Are you
I'm
sure that's all the fucking lightning rounds? Because that'd be
That was it, man. That
Okay.
was all that was on the Twitter. That was on the Twitter thread.
good? Nobody
So-
called,
I mean, we did that. We had a call.
but like for a lightning round question,
Nah.
no emails.
No.
you're
we-
sure.
They-
Because if I come here, I want everybody to be represented.
You drove
that
all the way.
called.
You drove all the way here
You
from the
Drove
valley.
really far.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Well,
Did
I
you
ju-
drive in from the
No, I
valley?
came from Long Beach.
Are you back in Long Beach?
Yeah, well, I've been in Long Beach. I'm just going to the valley afterwards.
Nice.
Oh, I got some other ones fucking right here.
Boom, let's go.
Is Lawton really just a big fat meanie? That's from Shane Gleason at translucent_man.
No, because he also scores.
Yeah, he's a good man. And should JS, presumably Jorgen Skjelovic,
Skilovic.
there's like 9 different pronunciations
Oh,
during that
man.
game. Should Jorgen Skjelovic just pack his bags already?
Yes. I mean, yes.
Yeah, done. Which, here's another one from Ethan Basulto. I'm hoping. At _Ethan X, like explosion, like in the 90s where there's no E, just.
Explosion. West Coast shit.
Ooh. Which of our young players, Alvarez, Traore, Araujo, Zubac, presumably, do you think will actually earn a permanent starting role?
Right now, given the current situation, got to be Traore, right?
I would say Araujo only because we've seen him do it a little bit more.
Yeah, but you just said that you don't
Traore
play
has
him.
the-
Yeah,
Traore
you
has
don't
the-
play him because Rolf is back, and
Rolf is
So
back
I
and
would
he's
say,
the number one.
considering the situation, yes, I would say Traore. But if it was like my choice, I would say Araujo.
So, fast forward that question 2 years from now, are all three starting?
See, I like it. Once we get actual topics, Ben's right back in.
Yeah.
Ed's always ready to go once we hit the time, but like Ben's dialed right back in.
That's hard to
Ask
say.
it again,
That's
sorry.
tough to say. Fast forward 2 years from now, do you think all three of those are still on the team and starting?
Still on the team? Oh.
I mean, that's very optimistic to say yes to that. It'd be very optimistic.
You know what? I'm going to say I'm starting. Starting is a little harder.
I think 1 out of 3 starting
But you could legit,
in 2 years.
to his point, you could see Shelvick's going to be gone in 2 years.
Yes.
Shelvick's
money
gone
wise.
this year.
So, yeah,
Selvig's
Shelvick's
gone
gone.
after this year because it's a team option, right?
Yeah.
But if Traore is good enough, you don't replace him. You keep Romney, who you already have on a
same thing
multi-year
with Felcher.
contract.
Felcher's
But like
contract
Felcher,
is
injury
gone after- is
record,
done after
yeah.
this year.
If Araujo is good enough to hold that spot down, and you're looking at what we were talking about earlier, this transformation that they're making,
And we give them little bonuses.
why would you bring somebody else in over?
You know, you're not paying them that much.
Nothing
Even if you
crazy.
give them a contract, they're not going to get like
It doesn't have to be
Shelvick money.
nuts.
They're
Yeah.
not going to get.
They're not going to leap to Sean
Yeah.
Franklin making $250,000 on his extension. But if 2 years from now, like 2 years, I would kind of expect Efrain. If Efrain's not at least knocking on the door to locking down a starting spot, I would imagine their outlook is Efrain's going to be starting in 2 years. That's not a crazy question. Like that's
Yeah.
it's a little nuts, but I'll take the yes on that. I'll take that all three of them could be starting in 2 years.
Yeah. I think still think it's optimistic, but
it's optimistic, but it's not insane.
no, it's not.
And I'm down with it.
Especially considering looking at, I think both outside backs are starting in a couple of years, because of the simple fact what you said, the money's going to be there.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be
we
the
can
cost
spend
effective
we can
option.
spend in other
yeah.
places that are better. Yeah, I agree.
And by the time that happens, there's a new collective bargaining agreement.
Yeah.
So maybe your limit on big players you can tam down has gone up, and we're not paying Felchers and Shelvicks. We have Araujo for 100,000, 150,000. You have Traore for 150. It's not nuts.
You want to hear something that is nuts?
Please.
There's still fucking 18 motherfuckers with us.
Why wouldn't
in
you
the
be?
Let's
chat room.
go.
Why wouldn't you be? Don't be an Ed right now. We're gonna keep on going, Ben. Uncle Dishwasher.
Oh, sorry, 17, man. Someone just took off.
Someone bounced as you said that.
At Celery1003 said, your take on Alessandrini this year. Say he comes back in September, makes some appearances, and is average. I don't want to dump him completely, but in my opinion, he can't be a designated player next year. Love him, but those spots are too valuable and need to be reliably in the lineup. Thoughts?
I think
No, go
something
ahead,
you said
Ben.
last show, Andrew, about bringing him back at like 1.2. I don't think there's anything there is not a number that you bring him back at.
You don't think there's a number?
Oh,
I would
it's
bring
got
him.
it.
I would
I
bring
mean,
him back
maybe
for a
it-
TAM contract
I wouldn't. I wouldn't
because
bring
the
him back for
upside's
the same
too good.
contract.
The upside.
There's a lot of upside on him.
The upside's too good, and he's not that old. I don't think his injuries
coming off a third knee surgery on the
but it was
same
but
knee.
it was meniscus. It was not right meniscus,
Yeah, it's
not
a
an
meniscus.
ACL or MCL. I mean, that's
He just
No.
turned 30 in April.
he's
3rd.
30.
Andrew, where's your meniscus?
It's on your
It's on
knee.
his knee.
I had a knee surgery, so I know this.
Okay.
But it's the buffer that's in between your two knee plates. Well, to your two legs. There's the
If you-
ball,
if you could
the
tam him.
meniscus around it.
I still don't. But I mean,
This has been anatomy,
presumably,
We're
I know.
doing a lot of shit, so
What
we
have we
got the
not done? No, but presumably you're going to get a DP that's going to fill in that spot. Are you really going to have a TAM player?
Sorry, you said DP. That will fill in.
No,
that
you
spot.
don't necessarily. But you don't necessarily have to get a DP to
But-
play right wing. You can get a DP to play anywhere.
But GBS. If you look at the style he wants to play, the 4-3-3,
4-3-3.
Sure.
you're going to get a DP that's going to play up top as the wing.
Why not left? Why not left wing? Why not get a DP that plays left wing, and then we have a TAM player on right wing?
Because Antuna's gone. Antuna said he wants to go back to.
Yeah,
He wants
and
to go
no,
back to
Antuna's-
Europe.
yeah,
Yeah,
and he should-
I don't think we're going to be able to, because I mean he's got to make a lot of money with Man City, right?
I'm fine with him going. He's been okay. He's not horrible.
He's had some standout games.
He's had
and I
standout
think
moments.
I think his potential is there.
Very high.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to be able to keep him. And
Yeah.
but overall,
I
he's
think
not.
so too. Yeah.
But yeah, you're gonna. I don't understand. That's not a talent that I let go. If I can keep him for allocation money, you can keep him on a Stelvik contract. You don't keep Roman Alessandrini.
If I can keep him at less than $1 million, I think about it.
Oh, I don't think he.
that's
But I
low,
don't think he
man.
does that. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't
does
think
that.
he does either.
I
But
think
I
he
can't
takes.
see-
I think
He
he
takes
takes a TAM
1.5.
contract. Yeah, I think he takes a 1.5, maybe a
I
1.3.
I think we could get a better player than him for that kind of money. I really do.
It's like you completely forgot when we were really shitty.
But
No,
if he's
no, I
right,
remember.
if he's right, and there's a scouting system, and we're going to get some
Yeah.
player from Mexico or from Argentina or Brazil or what have you,
And somebody that
That's-
fits
bring us
into
all the
GBS's
RGs.
system.
that's
Bring
24
us
years
all the
old
RGs.
and willing to take a TAM contract that
Yeah.
is a younger Alessandrini type. That's
Yeah.
not going to come with all the
I
injury
agree.
problems.
Yeah, you're right. Or even Mexico. I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
As much as-
DTK's ins in Mexico are insane.
As much as I love Alessandrini, I mean, he's been great and he's been a great team player for us. I just don't think that he fits the system that GBS wants to play, and
I disagree with that.
And I think
Alessandrini?
yeah,
I think he's perfect.
Yeah, he played 4-3-3 in Marseille,
I think
right?
he's perfect. Even in a 4-2-3-1, he's perfect. But a 4-3-3, he's not
he's
as
that guy.
he's not as wide as you would like.
Yeah,
He's not as naturally wide as you like. He likes to cut in a little more than.
Yeah. Which is why he plays on the right and he's a left-footed because he loves to cut back and cross or cut back and go in. Yeah, it's hard to argue that logic that we would have someone that would be able to replace him who's younger and not as injury riddled.
But that's a moment where you're trusting that scouting network.
Yeah,
and
that's
if
true.
you look at Polenta, you look at Antuna, you look at Giancarlo.
They haven't missed.
They haven't missed yet. They haven't swung and missed. Araujo getting minutes, outstanding. Traore getting minutes, outstanding.
Which is interesting to say that they haven't missed because talking to Ziggy last year at the beginning in one of the preseason games, it was he came and talked to the Red Squad, I think during our State of the Squad last year, and he talked about the amount of turnover there's been in this roster and all these people that he brought in. He said, if we get 7 out of these 10 guys, then I think it'll be a successful season. Yeah. Turned out we didn't get 7 to 10, but
we're 8 games in.
He was shooting at 70%, and I think they're hitting right now at like 90%.
But
like who have they missed on?
We're 8 games in to their reign, to their time in charge. We're 8 games in. We're carrying Perry Kitchen's money. We're carrying Stelvik's money. Like we're still, even if it's not necessarily being seen on the field.
That's
financially, we're carrying.
There's a drag there.
We're carrying the money from paying Gio out.
Yeah,
we're carrying João Pedro's money. Like if you look at the money that's been wasted, burned, absolutely burned in the last administration, the last 2 years, and see what GBS and DTK haven't been able to work around yet, or work with, I should say.
Yeah.
That they're finding a way to work around.
Yeah, and could you imagine with that money?
And we're 1 point out of we're not 1 point out of the West. We're 1 point out of the supporter shield.
And
we're 1 point out with a game legitimately by Saturday could be in first place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? By this time in 2 weeks, could be multiple games in the lead. We're 8 games into their administration.
Yeah.
And
they're 9 games.
9 games.
And they're working around, like you say, they're working
around almost
a lot
$2
of
million
stuff.
sitting on the bench.
So what will happen when they have that?
When you have, not even almost, between Stelvik, Kitchen, and João Pedro alone, you're working on $2 million that's coming out of the kitty that AEG gives the Galaxy to spend on rosters that we're burning by players who probably should never see the field, at least in Kitchen, should never see the field again. João Pedro will never see the field again. I mean, Kitchen
will stay in MLS. He'll go somewhere. He'll start somewhere.
For us.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a capable player. He's not a Galaxy level player.
He'll go to
He's
like an
never
Orlando.
Player. I see a Portland.
Portland too.
I see like a nice Portland, protect Diego Valeri. But for people who aren't good enough, and in some cases were never good enough to play for the Los Angeles Galaxy,
Montreal,
$2 million being wasted.
Yeah.
So what happens in 2 years? Now, if we can tie it all in together.
Yep.
If in 2 years, Didi Traore is starting at left back, Araujo is starting at right back, and Efrain starting, you've replaced Perry Kitchen, João Pedro, and Jorgen Stelvik. You have their $2 million. You have the money you're currently paying them. You have the Gio money gone, done. Zlatan is likely out of contract and gone. And you're letting DTK and GBS build out this entire organization that they've already laid a foundation for with youth players as they see it. You let them do Inception on MLS and just say, hey, that's the guy we want. And now we have the resources to go get them. We have the space to go get them.
So are you calling Dynasty right now? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I would have called Dynasty. I would have called Dynasty before the season started. Those 2 guys is your Dynasty. Those 2 guys lay your foundation for the future of the Galaxy. You could logically see a world where GBS and DTK run this team for the next decade.
We just got to hope that nobody from Europe comes and tries to take GBS.
I was going to say,
I don't think DTK goes anywhere. But
I don't think DTK does either, but I don't think GBS is here in 5 years.
Where do you think he goes?
I think he.
I
goes
think
overseas.
I think this is a springboard to something
Yeah.
better. 5 years is a long time, but
where does he go?
How long did Bruce stay? 09 to 2015, so 6 years.
Yeah.
So
Bruce is longest.
that's a long stand.
I can see him. Yeah, if he's here in 5 years.
But let me ask you, where does he go?
I can see him going to
Europe.
Going
yeah.
Spain.
Why would he not want to go to Europe and try
he's
himself
going
out?
to Europe somewhere.
He's not going to go back to South America because he's done what he's a Boca guy.
Given the direction and where MLS is trying to go, this is why I like when fucking Ed's not here. We just go nuts. Ed, you're off the show. But in 5 years, look at where MLS is at 2019 compared to where MLS was at 2014.
Are you saying in 5 years we're competing with Europe?
I'm not saying we're competing with Europe, but in 5
we're competing
years,
with the top 3 or 4.
Let's not even say we're competing with them. We've been saying this about MLS players. Chad Barrett went to today was his birthday. He went to Vallelonga or whatever it's called. Edson Botto went to some 4th division German team. There are moves to Europe, and there are moves to Europe. Like is
right.
he going
so,
to?
Yeah. So
is he going to?
But he's
So top flight Spain. Probably not the EPL.
But
I don't think it was the EPL.
Look at the level of dominance.
He can go to Germany.
Look at the level of dominance Bruce Arena had while he was here. To at least as far as we ever heard, no one from Europe was saying, "Hey, let's go get Bruce Arena."
This is different than Bruce Arena.
Yeah,
he's already got a name. He's already established. He's coached for Boca. That's a bigger deal than anything Bruce Arena did. Even coaching for the U.S. Nats. I'm sorry, everybody. It's the truth.
Nothing is bigger than
it. It is a bigger deal. It is a bigger deal for him to be from Boca, a Boca guy
who wanted Boca.
Yeah, and he was successful there. So I think he can go to a Valencia.
In what world?
He can go to probably one of the top 6 teams in Portugal.
This is why that's hard for me. And I don't know anyone who's listening. This would be a good topic to tweet in, and we can talk about next week.
Long form discussions.
What a world. Yeah, but can you imagine a scenario where a coach comes to the Galaxy from River Plate? I know it's going to be so bad. But can you imagine a coach comes to to MLS? Let's remove the Galaxy because the Galaxy adds a shine where I think it starts to blind people a little bit. But a coach leaves Boca Juniors, who was at the Copa Libertadores final.
Biggest team in South America.
At least arguably.
Yeah.
To come to MLS and then springboards from MLS to a top division Spanish team.
He coached Palermo in Italy for a cup of coffee.
For a Ralph Perez stint. There's a name for you.
Yes, before he got offered the Boca job, which was his dream job at that point.
Right.
Do you know Ralph Perez? Do you know that name?
Oh, yeah. I know Ralph Perez.
What do you know of him?
What do you mean, what do I know
That's my homie.
Is he?
I don't know.
Come on, man. Ralph Perez used to...
Ralph Perez
was the best color man the Galaxy ever had.
He's the shortest. Oh, I would give that to Brandon McDonald. He was the shortest. This is a nice little racism joke for you. Ralph Perez had the shortest stint as Galaxy head coach. He coached 1/2 of a game, and Ziggy came down from the stands. It was right after Ziggy got hired. Ziggy came down from the stands halfway through the game and coached the second half. But he's coached only shorter than Kobe Jones, and they won.
It was Kobe Jones.
Kobe coached right? I thought he coached one game.
He coached one game.
Was one game against Chivas.
One game against Chivas in 2008.
And he won a trophy. That's it.
And he's got the best winning record for the trophies anyway. But imagine that world. You and I've been around MLS a long time.
I think that makes sense now for MLS where we are now. I think some people would come here. I'd imagine Brad Friedel thinks he can come here and then maybe go somewhere in England.
He should stop being terrible.
Oh yeah, he's really bad at his job. But I mean, like, well, let's take even back in the day. I think Ruud Gullit probably thought he could be successful here and then go to Europe.
Well, you just had Ruud Gullit was from here. He coached Newcastle United.
Oh, that's true.
Like he coached Newcastle United. He came here as like not necessarily a landing
Chelsea.
But you have Patrick Vieira, who last year went to, I think he's at Nice now.
Possibly Thierry Henry coming. You hear that?
To New York because
I'd be down with that.
Chris Armas is running New York. It's terrible.
I just know that was it Jesse Marsh last year
went to
the German one.
Yeah, he went to Leipzig.
And they thought, he was going to be the coach there. And then they got there, and they're like, now you're the assistant coach.
Well, I think
then now he's the head coach there.
He signed in as he signed on to. He knew he was going to be the assistant.
He's in the.
But everybody all the rumors were like he's going to be the guy.
Yeah, no, those people were idiots. They were never going to give him That is
See, I didn't
their
think so.
flagship.
I didn't think so either, but that's what everybody said. So I was like, "Fuck, isn't me the head coach of Leipzig?" And then he got there, and it was like,
No,
"Nah,
but
you're not."
he was the lead assistant. I mean, he parlayed that into a good job.
With the same organization, so it's not
Yeah.
really like. But yeah, I hope he's successful
I
there.
don't know. We wanted Greg Berhalter for a while. That was all inside of the same organization. I don't know where he is because he doesn't. I'm on Salzburg's website and he's not listed at all. So I don't know if he's been fired or killed or whatever happened to him.
He's been retconned.
But it's just strange to me to see like at a point where
I think that's the place where MLS is. I think MLS
producing
not
managers.
just managers, but you see it now with young talent. We have to become a selling league at some point.
Yeah.
he's taking over
we-
Salzburg this summer.
We kind of already are, but we kind of need to be more of it. We need to start being that
Selling?
place. Yeah,
Producing for other places.
for other places. And I mean, there's very few clubs that are not that. So if you think that that's disrespectful to MLS or it's disrespectful to MLS clubs, there's maybe 10 clubs in the world that are not selling teams.
And I think it's less than that.
Yeah, I would argue less. I mean, it's hard to say, but
Well,
I would
I mean-
even say Liverpool is a selling team.
Absolutely. Jamesy brought this up. He's brought it up a while ago. Every team in the world is a selling team to Real Madrid and Barcelona. Every team in the world. I mean, PSG is probably getting ready to sell Neymar or Kylian Mbappe to Real Madrid. Everyone is a selling team. It doesn't matter who you are. There's tiers inside
Yeah.
of MLS. If the Galaxy want your player, we've seen even with Ola Kamara, we're going to figure out how to get them. You know, in Manchester, in England, you've got Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool. If they want your player, they're going to get them.
Right. Fuck you, Southampton.
There is something to be said. In Scotland, you have chiefly Celtic, but you also have Rangers. Like they hoover up this talent. Bayern Munich goes without saying. Everyone sells players. The goal is to be smart about it. The goal is to be Ajax, who is a game outside of the Champions League final, despite the fact that they sell players, despite the fact they've already sold one of their key players.
And they're about to sell everybody.
And they're getting ready to sell
everybody.
everyone.
Yeah.
But they don't have to. And even if they do, there's capable talent ready to fill the spot. Save Felcher.
So
that's
that's what we should want. I know you want to be attached to these younger players. The
goal is to sell
that are really good in MLS. I mean, even for us, like if we got to the point where we're selling Efra, like I would honestly not want that to happen. But say if he's 16 now, 17, I think 17, just turned 17. Say if he's 20, he's balling out here. We have the opportunity to get 15 mil. I mean, I can't be mad that the Galaxy do that or MLS do that.
Well, the goal should be, at least for every Galaxy fan, the goal should be is that we are bigger than everyone else in this league. To a point where we consistently.
Right, I'm not talking about selling within MLS. I'm talking about selling outside of MLS.
I'm with you, but like that we are consistently outgrowing this league and forcing everyone else to move in the direction we're moving because we're moving so quickly that everyone else has to get on board.
Put the league on our back. Let's go.
You should want Efrain to be too big for MLS.
Yeah.
Seattle fans weren't crying when DeAndre Yedlin went to Tottenham. You should want your players to be so good. People look at them and go, "What the fuck are they doing here?" You need to let him go so that he can go do X, Y, and Z.
Like Tyler Adams.
As much as I like them, and I love AJ. You shouldn't want a guy who is going to cap in MLS. You should want Omar Gonzalez, where people look at him and go, "Is he going to Germany? Is he going to England? Is he going to Mexico?" Whether he should have or shouldn't have. You should want a guy starting for you where everyone looks at them and says, "They should be somewhere." That was the big Landon thing. Every year with Landon, it was, "Where is he going?" And he was comfortable with the Galaxy. And what did we do? We fucking dominated MLS. And every year people said he's going to Germany, he's going to England, he needs to go test himself. I want that for Efra. I want every season people to go, "This is the year Club America's coming in for 15 million. This is the year some German team's coming in for 10, 15 million. That's what you should want. Right. And if he's still, if for whatever reason, the team has figured out how to keep him and make him happy, then you've got a guy who's good enough to go make it down in Mexico, or a guy who's good enough to go make it in Europe, actively scoring for you and playing well and raising his valuation every week. And then when it's finally time, if you have a smart administration, which is not what we had in the last few years, but if you have a smart administration, you can trust them that when they say, "Hey, it's time." You know why it's time? Frankie Lopez is down in G2 and he's ready. Now it's time to promote him. Let's move strength to strength. So we sell Efra and we have the next guy ready to come in his spot because he's of that level. Or if he's not of that level, then we let him go. But you can trust the people who are in charge now to make those decisions to help these players outgrow the league, which only makes us look better.
Right.
So when you're trying to attract Zlatans, when you're trying to attract Patos, where you're trying to attract Cristiano Ronaldo's. Oh, I know that team. The Galaxy, they produced that player who got sold to Bayern Munich for $15 million.
Right. Instead of us being the team that all the stars go to when they retire,
When they're done.
we can be the team that, oh, they're the ones producing Efra, they're the ones that producing, yeah.
Klaas-Jan Huntelaar went back to Ajax. It wasn't some disgrace. It was him recognizing where he was in his career and going to a team that was going to give him an opportunity to compete a little bit later in his career. At least the way I look at it, that's the foundation that's getting built, and it can happen. We're not even that far.
Yeah.
We're really not even that far. Look at the two kids we lost last season. That DTK, it was coming out recently. DTK came in and immediately flew to Germany and tried to get him back. That we talked about it on the show. The first thing he did when 3 weeks, I think it was, before it was announced that he signed, he was running the rule over the academy.
Yeah.
Going through the academy and seeing, hey, what do we have? How did we lose people? That's why, whatever that guy's name was who got fired. Going through and saying,
Cleveland.
What?
Yeah, the guy whose brother is an agent.
Whose brother is the agent of those guys.
That's super shady.
But why wasn't that guy fired 7 months ago?
Yeah.
He came in, and the first thing he did,
should have been fired after those kids left.
Immediately.
Yeah.
But he came in and he's your Mueller, ran an investigation to find out what happened, and then did something.
Well, he did.
In a group where no one did anything.
But DTK did it. I mean, you could tell just signing, what's his name? Mauricio Cuevas.
I saw that, yeah. It came out today.
You know, I mean, he's 16
Did you
years
see that video? You see how happy that kid sounds?
Yeah.
And specifically, the thing he keeps hitting at, he's like, I get to play at home for my local team in front of my family.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
That's what you want, man.
That's where every player wants to start, man.
But if we are, understanding that at an academy level, at a roots level, we are at war with another organization that wants to take every single one of those kids. And the one thing we get to trade on is history and prestige. And so listen to him. Listen to the way he talks about getting to play for the Galaxy.
Yeah.
It's not about shiny new toys or fucking hats or looking up or media presence and all that. It's a kid who's like, hey, you know who I know? I know Jonathan Dos Santos. I know Zlatan. I know Beckham. I know Landon. I know Robbie Keane. That's the organization I play for. I don't know whether he's going to be any good, but that kid sure sounds like he's happy to be here. He sounds really happy to be here.
And now he just needs to lock up, what's his name, Kobe Hernandez.
Oh, yeah, I fucking love Kobe Hernandez.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Kobe Hernandez.
And then there's your two outside backs,
you think,
actually.
You think he's going to leave?
Kobe Hernandez?
Yeah. He's got so much upside. I'm sure the agents have already contacted
He's
him.
one of the ones that I've seen in rumors of possibly leaving.
Yeah,
watch you see him get a first team deal.
Sepulveda are supposed to be, yeah.
Watch him get a first team deal. And I don't know anything, but watch him get a first team deal. And you're like, man, they got it. And even if he doesn't, you look at it and say, hey, look, he's only been here a couple months. You can only work with so much. The kids experienced the past regime, saw how things kind of didn't go. But we lost Ule, we lost Alex Mendez, and we might lose Kobe Hernandez. But look at those,
and Leo Sepulveda.
And Leo Sepulveda.
Yeah.
But look at those 3 to 4 talents, and the level of those 3 to 4 talents, and what they could have potentially done for the first team.
Well, you could throw Haji Wright in there too. The fact that we lost
Haji Wright took off.
Yeah,
Haji Wright took off and was one of those like never really hours. Kind of like how Zardes got a homegrown contract and played through the academy for 9.5 days.
No, Haji Wright was.
Haji Wright was an academy guy.
He
was an academy guy from the time.
It was not 16, a Zardes situation.
But it's more to say like, perhaps I misspoke. It's more to say someone we were never going to keep. Kind of like Paul Arriola, where we had someone on the show a couple weeks ago who was like, oh, it sucks that we sold Arriola, and it's like, well, that was he's willing to come back to MLS. This is the place he wants to go to. It wasn't a matter of us getting rid. We got rid of him in the same way we got Ola Kamara. MLS was going to make it happen. They're able to get a name. It's going to happen. Done. I like, close your eyes and think about the Galaxy in 5, 6, 7 years.
Future's bright, man.
Maybe we don't win 5 cups, but I guarantee you we win 1. And I wouldn't have said that 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have said that from the moment Bruce retired.
And I trust this, and I trust the organization now. You know what I mean?
I trust him to do it way faster than 6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 5 years. I think we're more than 1 cup.
Get your 5-star. Get your 5-star jerseys now. Get your 5-star jerseys now.
I think it's not. It's a little. Maybe it's a little.
Say 3 years.
Presumptuous of us to say that, but I don't see why not.
But isn't that part of that Galaxy blood right?
Yeah, the turnaround in 1 year.
Yeah.
9 games.
if I would have told you, hey, 9 games in, we're 7-1-1, you guys would have fucking.
Yeah.
Ben, I would have sucked your dick off right there.
Yeah.
Like, sure. I don't know.
And they all called you crazy about the 10 clean sheets, and it's kind of looking.
Yeah.
It's getting.
Yeah.
It seemed nuts.
Yeah.
It's just fuck it.
It's
All right.
gonna be a good year, man.
Optimistic. What is this optimistic
I know.
Riot Squadcast? What is
Because
this?
it's 12:15, dude. We got to get out of here, man. We got to work in the morning.
Where are we at? Man, we still got
We are
27
not,
minutes.
dude. We're fucking out of here.
And we still have an hour to go. Of more optimism.
Whomever made it to the end of this,
you know how to shut down. I mean, I'm good.
No, Ed did it. I didn't know.
Whoever
and he
made
wasn't
it to the
sure
end
if
of
he
this.
actually shut down.
Whoever made it to the end of this,
so
thank you.
The 12 people in the live chat, shout out. Straight from the Stands is in there, but I don't know. That was from midnight, so that was about 17 minutes ago. Maybe they're still there. Shout out Straight from the Stands. Go listen to them. Angel.
It's everyone who listened to the whole show on the live cast. That's fucking wild. Really, really appreciate it. To any listener on the podcast who made it 2 hours and 35 minutes, we really appreciate it. Edward Rodriguez, First Banana.
Sorry, Ed. I
We
apologize.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Well, we got it out of our system.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we'll do it next time you're not here. What do we got? New York Red Bulls coming up this weekend. Springbok for your away. It's the official Riot Squad viewing party. Riot Squad X Galaxy viewing party.
Yeah, it's
Springbok in the
everybody.
Valley.
It's not. It's all supporters.
ACB will be there. Galaxians will be there. Galaxy Outlaws will be there.
I think over half the Galaxians live in the Valley.
Yeah, literally, the Ghost Ultras will be there. Yeah, you should go out. Have a good time. You can always call the show. Leave a voicemail, 562-641-5277, 562-641-LARS. Check out Away Days, our shirt sponsor. $25 mystery packs, beautiful. If you want to become a Patreon subscriber, get all of our extra bonus content that's on there. We just kind of shoot the shit. It's basically what this episode's been. You can go to patreon.com/Riot Squadcast. Our shirt, the Squadcast Bullet Club style shirt, is on the website. You can go check that out. Slice of Bacon is on the website. Go ahead and check that out, RiotSquadcast.com. And we have Squadcast FIFA Times. That's going to be on the website as well. Ooh, so much extra work nowadays. We used to just...
you did very well right there. I can't imagine.
I know that was
the Away Days promo was that bad. Come on.
It was a really long time. It was. I apologize for that. I forgot all about that. Check out. There's a new account to follow on Twitter. I don't remember. It's once a G, always a G. He just basically runs Galaxy player by player by player in alphabetical order. So definitely go check that out. I will retweet him because I don't know what his.
Is that the one posting the yearly pictures?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Galaxy History started the G2 History.
Galaxy_history
G2
2 now.
history.
He does G2. That is not me. That's all him. We're gonna run that later. You can find Ben at DT Radio Ben. You can find Ed at Ed Rodriguez 13. You can find Andrew.
No, you can't.
No social media presence at ZeroCool138. You guys are the best. Please keep listening. Retweet it.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Fuck you, Brian. Suck a dick, bitch. Woo!
That's got to be a record.